benzene, think you saved the head, so spinning. She love free fast, so nice, I'm grinning. The bitch so fine, on my ridiculous. Vaseline for the paper chase. Music scene is my saving grace, so spinning. I lost my mind, I'm fine, I'm living. You touch my bro, spill wine, you're tripping.
Yes, guys, yes, people, welcome back to another live stream, welcome back to another video. I was planning on taking the day off, but then I saw this whole Kounde situation managed to become even more long and tedious over the last 24 hours than I expected. But we move. There is plenty to get into on this stream. Timo Werner with a potential fallout with Thomas Tuchel, where it's like, oh, so scary. Azpilicueta in the Barcelona situation, we'll delve into that. Smash a like and subscribe button if you guys hate Barcelona. Yeah, you know what, that'll get us some likes. Smash the like button if you lot despise Barcelona. I might even like my own video personally, but yeah, big up everybody that's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button. I'm so tired of all of this shit with the Kounde situation, but we'll delve into it. We'll delve into it. Big up Texas Blue, Ibrahim, Nims, Fata, gone live after F1. I didn't even know there was F1 on today. I won't even lie to you, man. I don't pay attention to that. Big up Chelsea Database, Zach, SU, Daniel, Karma, Kounde, Catman, Let's Go, Santiago, Preet Mahale. Big up everybody in here. I probably butchered that name, but it is what it is. Big up everybody that's in here. We got nearly 200 of you guys in here already, and we're only 2 minutes in. It's a madness. Everyone must be fuming with this situation. Just to say though, I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be. We're all just tired of it. That's the whole situation with Kounde. We're all just sick and tired of it, because this should have been agreed a month or two ago before we even got into the delict links. This should not be dragging so long from Barcelona's side. And this is all on Sevilla and Kounde, by the way, because like Sevilla know our stance. They could easily just accept ours and move on, but they're waiting for Barcelona and waiting because they think if Barcelona pull a bid in, it means we have to pull in a higher bid. Even though Barcelona don't sound like they're even going to make a bid that matches ours. So it's all long. It's all long. That Sevilla is trying to pit us against Barcelona, and I don't even know how it's working, because like I woke up to the same thing that you guys woke up to, whereas like Barcelona have agreed a fee or some absolute waffle from Gerard Romero. That was it. Barcelona and Sevilla have reached a principal agreement, and that is just waffle. But there's some truth in it. Whereas Barca have made a U-turn. They haven't accepted that the Kounde deal's over, and they are trying to place a bid in the next coming days because they're broke as fuck. But I've heard, and from Ben Jacobs as well, I'll put it up on the screen for you. Ben Jacobs' take makes the most sense. And if I pull it up, there we go. My understanding on Jules Kounde is there's been an unexpected twist. Barca have U-turned from Friday morning, but are yet to table an official bid. Chelsea felt the race was won yesterday. They still have a full agreement with Sevilla. Barca don't just yet. Sevilla's position has always been Barca must formally bid fast and match Chelsea's offer. My only question is, what the fuck do Sevilla mean by fast? They haven't even tabled the bid yet, and they told them they had until about Thursday to do it. So I don't get why everyone spreads the goalposts for Barcelona like they're fucking special or something. It is so jarring. But we're here. Barcelona believe they could bid 40 to 45 million euros, not even pounds, these broke motherfuckers, and get closer and not even match Chelsea's overall fee with add-ons. Remains to be seen whether Sevilla accept. Again, no formal offer has been made. Barca had given up hope, but Xavi pushed hard for a bid. Barca always felt Kounde U-turning and travelling to Portugal to train with Sevilla bought them some time. As previously reported, this was not what Chelsea wanted. The situation right now is Chelsea have a deal with Sevilla waiting only formalities and a formal sign-off. They've agreed preferential personal terms with Kounde, and a reminder, players can do that with multiple clubs, which is why it's not really that deep. He's had agreements with Barcelona too. Chelsea can't do any more. Yesterday, they felt the transfer was imminent. Barca have finally responded, though. Even if Sevilla deny active negotiations, the clubs have been in contact. Obviously, if Barca now agree a fee, it will all come down to the player's choice. That's where Barca feel they have an advantage, although Kounde is open to both moves. It feels like he's leaning more towards Barcelona because this deal could have just been done ages ago. The pursuit of Kounde has been an incredible saga. Big up, Ben, but that's not the word I would use. I have much worse words to use about this saga. With Rafinha, Barca have made their hand pretty clear. The challenge was simply about agreeing terms with Leeds, but with Kounde, it's a whole new level of games, smoke screens, and late U-turns. Credit to Gerard, I'm not even saying that shit, for being the first to report Barca's hijack. He's right with things at Barca have changed in the past few hours, but no Barca deal with Sevilla is done just yet. I'm sure you're all sick of hearing this, but a big 24 hours ahead. Oh, I'm so tired of this shit, man. And I bet all you guys in the comment section are tired of it as well. And I don't blame you guys. So Barcelona aren't going to match our offer, but they're going to try and offer less and hope that their prestige and everything bails them out for the rest of the transfer saga, just like Rafinha. And I don't know how long this is going to take. I am not saying 24 hours because we've said that every day for the last 10 days, and it clearly isn't a 24-hour thing. It's turning into a 24-day thing. So God knows what we're doing in this situation. Let me know you guys' thoughts in the comment section, because I know you guys are just as tired of this as I am. There's 350 of you guys in here. Let's try and run that to 300 likes. Hold up. Let me see how many likes. We've got 92. That's a decent amount to start, but we can continue to bring that up, people. Remains to be seen whether Sevilla accepts, but I feel like Sevilla just want to see a bigger bid from us. And they feel like if Barcelona match a bid, we're going to pay more to try and secure the deal. And we've put ourselves in this situation, though, and I don't blame Kounde again for checking out all of his other options. We're the ones that had interest in him and then focused on trying to get De Ligt and Koulibaly in when we could have just got Koulibaly and Kounde in. It doesn't make sense. Gabman, I hear you, man. I am sick to death of all of this shit. All of it. Kounde saga proved again that being a Chelsea fan is not good for health. Yeah, you lot think this club was ever healthy. This club has never been healthy. Why would Sevilla sell to their rivals? This is the thing. And that's why I feel like this is more on Kounde's front. Sevilla, the only thing that makes sense on their front is if they're trying to, take interest from Barcelona just to push for a bigger bid from Chelsea. That would be what makes sense. It doesn't make sense selling your best defender to your rivals, especially a rival team that's declining and that you could potentially be going over in the space of a year or two. Makes absolutely no sense to me. But this is why I kind of think if it's not that reasoning, then maybe Kounde is leaning a lot more to Barcelona than he's making out to be. It's not a Rafinha situation where he wants Barca and only Barca. He's willing to join Chelsea, but I think there's a bit more interest to Barcelona than we're actually giving credit for. Gavman's saying, are you doing a watch-along tonight? Yeah, we're going to be doing a watch-along on Chelsea Fan TV later. What time's kickoff? 1 o'clock, so we should be going live at 12:30 or something. Oh, we got our first donation. Big up. Who's that? Blue Hope saying, can we stop calling them Barcelona? They are FC Spotify. They sold everything there. I hear that, but I like Spotify. So I don't even want to sully their name by calling them Barcelona or some shit. Call them Brocolona. Or I don't know. I'm sure you guys have some slander names. Run them in the comment section. But big up yourself, Blue Hope. That's 2 lottery tickets for the fucking home kit lottery. Yeah, sorry guys. My head is all over the place. So just bear with me, people. I'm rattled off this whole Kounde situation. It's pissing me off. This should have been a here we go days ago. Instead, it's 24 hours FC. I said trash, Alona. That's fair enough. Harrison says, I officially hate Barca more than Spurs if Kounde goes to Barcelona. Do you agree or disagree? I wouldn't blame anyone for hating Barca more than any other club right now. Taking all of our targets, but they can't even afford 7 million for Azpilicueta or for Alonso. And that leads well into the Azpilicueta situation, because Tuchel, after all of this, doesn't even sound like he wants to let Azpilicueta go to Barca. Dave was asked to leave in a cut price deal, and with Barca upping their attempts to poach Azpilicueta after this Kounde saga passes, and we've already said we're not selling Azpilicueta until we get Kounde and potentially another centre-back through the door. Tuchel is not necessarily willing to give to Barca, and he said it's a tough question because I'm not sure if I want to give Azpi what he wants. And good for him. Like, I get Azpi's, like, we can respect the fact that Azpilicueta has been on a bit of a decline over the last 12 months. But I don't want to sell to Barcelona. I really don't. And I'm glad Tuchel feels the exact same way. Because these lot are saying they can't even afford the amount that we are asking for him. And we're only asking for our money back that we spent on him in 2012. If they want to long out this Kounde situation, but they can't afford our small price tag, very fair price tag for Azpilicueta, fuck that. Don't sell him. And I know Azpi will be a little bit pissy about it. He won't be too pissy because the guy's a respectful person. So I don't think he's going to make a big fuss about it. He does want to go back to Spain. I understand why you would want to play for Barcelona, even though, like, I wouldn't understand constantly pushing for it. I think at Azpilicueta's age, it makes sense. Go back to Spain and just retire there. And that's fair enough. But if they're going to be like this, if they're going to get in the way of every fucking deal that we try and make, and then they're going to try and negotiate down for Azpilicueta, they can fuck off. They can fuck off. I don't care. And big ups to Thomas Tuchel for not even letting himself get bent over by this club like that. Fuck that. I'm not here for it. They have the shame to moan about PSG throwing money around and they've had to sell out to... When did Barcelona ever have shame? When did they have shame? They never do. It's just they fall back on this fake narrative that they're more than a club and all this waffle and shit. I remember hearing Puyol, after he retired, he went to work in the Barcelona boardroom, and I think he left a year or two afterwards, saying like the corporate Barcelona side is a completely different side to the team that you see on the pitch. They're pricks, absolute pricks. And the day that these lot get liquidated, like, the celebrations that you're going to see on this stream, I don't even care if the rivalry's gone. They can fuck off. Please, I'm so tired of it. Why not doing a swap deal Azpi with Dest? It hasn't been rumoured, though, so I don't think there's any interest on Chelsea's front with that. I know we were linked with Dest earlier on in the window, or I think just before the end of the season, but it's gone quiet. It's really gone quiet, so I haven't heard too much on that front. Yeah, Lil Boy says, yeah, Azpi deserves to go, but the way Barca's moving, he might have to just deal with staying. And this is the thing. Like, even in this front as well, we get rid of Azpi, we have no wing-back depth. Like, we're talking about potentially keeping Dujon Sterling for the season because we're lacking in depth that much. So, I know Azpi, like, he hasn't been great for us last season. Like, you could see a massive decline in his form, but I don't know what we do. Like, we've got no wing-back depth on either side. So Alonso might have to stay, and Azpi might have to stay. And they might not be the answers that we want, but it's better those answers than no answers. So I'm not too fussed about it. Like, Azpi can stay. Plus, like, you're losing Rudiger, you're losing Azpilicueta in the same window. I do think that has a massive impact on the dressing room. And I know we are getting, like, we have leaders like Koulibaly that have come into the dressing room as well, but he still has to integrate and everything. So to me, I think Azpilicueta, it would be worth keeping him for one more year anyway. I respected only Messi there. Messi, you respect for footballing ability, but yeah, still a bit of a diver. But we move. You're a Chelsea fan and still rep Spotify. Hey, Spotify is good, man. I don't even give a shit about Barca. I will say, if you have Barca kits though, hang your heads in shame. Should be burning that immediately. I don't want us to be in a position where we have to force buying a centre back. Says Poku Doku. What do you mean? Be in a position where we have to force buying a centre back? Like, we're already only prioritizing centre backs, so we're not in a position where we're forced to do it, in my opinion. That's the thing. Like, I remember Sir Alex Ferguson in 2008 when Ronaldo was linked to Real Madrid. I don't remember the ins and outs of it, but he was fuming with the way Real Madrid had gone about the deal. And Ronaldo, we already knew his dream was to go to Real Madrid, all of that. But what was it? Sir Alex Ferguson went up to him. I think I remember reading in his autobiography, and he said, "I understand Real Madrid's your dream and everything like that, but after the way they've moved in these negotiations and everything, I would rather shoot you than actually sell you to them." And him and Ronaldo had to come to an agreement where Ronaldo stays for 1 more year, and then they'll allow a move to Real Madrid. So it is a case of principle, and we have seen it happen before. Fuck Barca. Like, I wouldn't negotiate with them. If they can't reach the valuation that we asked for, duck out. This little prestige tax don't work for us. I can't be bothered for it. Vardiol is the only option yet left. Yeah, we're going to have to probably overpay on that front as well because of how key he is to Leipzig and the fact that they don't want to sell. But we were linked with him anyway, so I'm not too shocked. Right, let's go on to... No, wait, he says, who's more... Azpi by a mile. Like, Alonso, what you see is what you get with him, but he ain't a captain. So, to me, that's Azpi. Let's go to this Werner news. Because Plettigol said a lot about Tuchel and Werner's situation. Werner is annoyed by Thomas Tuchel being too critical and skeptical. Mad. There is no harmony between the two. Werner likes Chelsea a lot, but he wants to play regularly in order to have a role at the World Cup with Germany. His possible departure could become a hot topic. Been told that Werner is annoyed at the fact that Tuchel is too critical and skeptical. Again, like we said earlier. No harmony. Timo likes Chelsea a lot, but he wants to play regularly. His big aim, a role at the World Cup. Tuchel isn't the biggest fan of Werner, and his recent statements were heard by the player. Werner is dealing with a possible departure, but the final decision will take time. Now, the only thing I will say, I've seen a few super chats, I'll save them before. Just let me go on this Werner thing quickly, but I have your super chat saved. I understand Werner's stance in wanting more game time and wanting to be fit for the World Cup, but then leave. It's as simple as that. It's just leave. Like, he's had significantly less game time compared to his first season at Chelsea, but it's no shock. It's no shock. There's no reason why for it. He's shit. It's as simple as that. Like, Tuchel, the nerve of him saying Tuchel is being too critical and skeptical. My guy, go on Twitter after a Chelsea game that you're playing in, and then you will see critical. You will see skeptical. You have had 4 league goals in 21 games. If you take away Southampton's goals, you've scored 4 in the league full stop for us since joining. Do you not blame him? As a 270k a week player, do you not blame him for being critical and skeptical? Like I do not understand that. Also, you're the reason why we got Lukaku. Because if you could finish, we wouldn't be looking for a striker. We would already have one. We would already have a goal scorer that we would rely on. We wouldn't have to deal with this whole year of bullshit that the whole club's had to deal with Lukaku. So, like, if you're not happy with the situation, lower your wage demands and go. Because let's be real about it. You could find a Bundesliga club to play in. And then, like, you can enjoy the high lines and the open space, bag goals, and then you'll play in the World Cup. The only reason why we can't sell you is because of your wages. That or, like, maybe Chelsea's valuation as well. Let's be real. Like, I think I remember Jesters saying that we're looking for the same sort of price tag for Werner that we sold him for, which, if we are, that is unbelievably deluded from Chelsea. Because there is no way you're getting 50 million for Timo Werner. And if there is, someone needs to get sacked from that club. Like, let's be real. You could sell Werner for about 25, 30. I think that would be a fair price, especially if it is a Bundesliga side. Because he would go and he would thrive in that league. But here, like, it is what it is. You don't fit us. You don't play well when you play for Chelsea. You look like you've got worse than the player that first joined us. What do you want Tuchel to say? Do you want him to give you more game time? Like, God forbid. God forbid. Like, the absolute nerve, man. I can't get over that. He's annoyed by Tuchel being too critical and skeptical. What? Like, what, do you want to be babied? Even though, like, your finishing's horrific, you haven't got a good first touch, or second touch, or third touch. Like, You just run around. That's it. You just run. And that's it. You don't offer anything else. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Offer him to Leipzig in a deal for Gvardiol, someone said in the comment section. That's a great shout. Although, we watch Barcelona try come in and hijack that shit too. Like, I can't believe that. But if it means Werner's closer to leaving, good. Then that's a good thing at the very least. But other than that, it's like, well, what the fuck are you moaning about? Literally, like, you had the 3-game run of form in April between Southampton, Real Madrid, and Arsenal, and then you disappeared again. We didn't even see you before that. So it's like, well, what the fuck are you talking about? It is so stupid. Like, let me know you guys' thoughts in the comment section. Oh, it's absolute. Like, 700 of you guys in here, by the way, listening to me just vent. Smash the like and subscribe button, everybody that's in here. We're nearly at 4:45, so I'll send the link out to everyone in a couple minutes. What else? But Bayern will come in for Werner, splashing 45 million. I don't even think they pay that much. I don't think they pay that much. But if they came for 25, 30, that's fine. Let him go. I'll be real. If someone just came in with a bid, I don't care. Just let him go. Don't try. I understand the club trying to recoup as much as they can for the player, but there's only so much you will recoup from someone who is genuinely the worst finisher I've ever seen play for Chelsea. And I don't even mean that in terms of hyperbole or anything like that. I haven't seen a worse finisher up top than Werner. Like, his technique is just unbelievable. So, like, I get you want to recoup your money, but how much do you realistically think you're going to recoup? Or don't, like, this is the thing as well. Like, we don't even have attacking options. So, can we even get rid of Werner right now? Like, we might be, like, we're thinking of keeping Batshuayi as a third choice striker. I just deeped that. We might actually not be able to let Werner go. So no one's going to be happy in this situation because we have to keep Werner. Tuchel's going to have to deal with Werner. Fans have to watch him. And the player's going to be pissed he's not getting a lot of game time. Like, at the very least, I understand this stance in terms of World Cup, but, like, how can you be annoyed at Tuchel being critical and skeptical? What? That's unbelievable. Actually, Jack, that's a fair point. If Werner goes, like, Broja's already waffling about this whole I need to feel wanted, I need more game time bullshit. Like, you're not going to get game time here. So, if Werner leaves, that just throws it completely out of the water. Now you got nothing to moan about. And if anything, again, he's on a 4-year deal. He can just shut up and take his place. Or he can go rot on the reserves for all I care. We've got no reason to sell him either. It's a load of bullshit. There was super chat said Callum said Spotify, you're a cheat. I hope Barca get relegated. Fair enough. David said Barcelona get out. Barcelona are going down quickly. I'm not even too sure if they are though. I don't know how they constantly get away with it, but hopefully it just means that their demise is sooner rather than later. No, Broja would get given a chance. This is why I do not understand what he is moaning about. You look at our attack, Havertz, Werner, Batshuayi. You seriously think you can't get a couple games up front over them three? Really? Come on, don't kid yourself. Let's be real about it. Broja would 100% get game time in this squad. He's just moaning because he wants more money. He's on like 8K a week, and I bet his family's in his head saying you could go to another club and get double, triple that, and it's now gone into his head. Just sit down, play your football, and if you're even semi-decent, you will get an extension the year afterwards, and you'll get more money. Like, seriously, Broja just comes across as whiny as hell in this situation. I say that. All I've done in this stream is whine for about 24 minutes, but this whole transfer saga is just pissing me off. Everything is pissing me off, man. Like, we got Barcelona just cop blocking left, right, and centre. We got Werner, who's pissed over criticism. And then Azpilicueta situation doesn't annoy me, to be honest. If we let him go, fairs. If we don't let him go, fairs. I'm indifferent whether he stays or goes, really. Because I still think we could do the leadership. And Azpi's nice depth to have. Like, I see him in a Kante sort of situation where as long as you don't rely on him too much in terms of game in, game out, there is a good player in there. So, Yeah. Oh yeah, shit. We're close to 4:45. Let me send the link out. 800 of you guys in here. Let's try and get to 500 likes. There it is. Put the link there. Is Alex here? We'll see if Alex is here. I'll throw him the link. C1 might be about as well. I'll send him the link too. And then Instagram. Cool. There we go. Yes, got only 120 likes. Is that it? Oh no, there's 200. Doku, you bullshitter, bruv. There's 200 in it. That's still not enough. But I was about to pause the stream and everything. But yeah, cool. Yes, Jesters, what were you telling me, my guy?
Looks like the little dick energy is getting to you. Don't let little dick energy get to you. You get to come back with the big dick energy.
Put my clothes on. Jeez.
I'm just tired of it all, man. I'm fucking bored.
I understand, but there's no way Sevilla is going to accept less money from a division rival and send Kounde there.
No, and I agree.
Do that.
And I agree with that. But then it's just like, what the fuck are we still sitting here waiting for?
We're not doing anything. We're waiting on Sevilla. The issue is we don't want to sign off on Kounde until we do his medical, because he had surgery this summer, and we want to make sure
that is a very fair point.
The surgery went well. It's been reported. We don't want to do an official sign off until we do his medical to make sure that the surgery he had this summer was successful and there's no lingering issues, which is what you want a proper club to do, because then you have an Eden Hazard situation. And you know all how that's turned out, right? So
that's correct.
They also had to pay Bordeaux off. I believe he came from Bordeaux to Sevilla, and they had a sell on. So they get a piece of that pie. They had to negotiate with them. Apparently, all the paperwork's arrived. It's just, y'all look. Everybody talks about mental health, but yet they sit on the worst thing for your mental health, a thing called Twitter. And they let all that little dick energy affect their brain, and then they're depressed all the time.
Bro, I woke up, I was hanging off my head this morning, and then I just see Barcelona have a bid accepted from Sevilla, and I was just like, I want to just jump off my flat. It's all long. But it's bullshit.
They don't have a bid accepted.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. They're just trying to have a U-turn, even though they don't have enough cash.
They're trying to muck the waters up so Chelsea will pull out and they can bid what they want. And it's not going to happen.
They think that's enough to make us pull out?
Well, dude, I don't know what they're thinking. You're going to put
I don't know what Barca's thinking.
I mean, that would have to be the way you're thinking, because it's not enough to even match ours. Our upfront payment is more than that, I think.
Yeah, I saw from Ben Jacobs it was 40 to 45 million euros.
It's 38 million pounds.
Yeah, so 38 million pounds, and we were bidding around 52 to 55 million pounds.
It was 55 million pounds the last bid,
and the add-ons aren't even meant to take it to 55 million pounds.
Well, the add-ons, yeah, it's 40. I think it's 45 and 10.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I haven't heard a number.
I want to say that the 45 is almost all of it up front. And Barcelona want to pay 38 over 5 years. That's it. Yeah, 38 over 5 years.
You know what? Barca's actually funny the more I look at it. It's actually hilarious. So but yeah, pick up for bringing some calm to the stream, because, it's just venting for about 35
minutes. Sevilla... Go ahead.
I was thinking last night that if we signed Kounde like 2 or 3 weeks ago, he would have been at Chelsea player by now. I think we gave enough time to get the money, but then since we're late, we're like 2 weeks away from the season. it's now or never for Chelsea. Like it's up to Kounde now to decide where he wants to go.
It's not up to Kounde, actually. Kounde doesn't own his.
And the second question is, what does Bordeaux have to do with this all kind of deal?
Because they have a sell-on club. They're the sell-on fee. So they sold him to Sevilla for a certain amount of money plus a percentage of any sell-on, a future sale. So there's, whatever the percentage is, they have to go in. They have to. Somebody's got some horrible feedback, bro.
It's probably.
Yeah, it is you. You get the fan rolling there or something. But yeah, so that's why Bordeaux is in this thing, because they have to pay off that contract obligation. And again, it doesn't make much sense. I think everybody just needs to calm down. And look, if you weren't pining away for every little scrap of information, I mean, you're hanging on every little line that comes out. The situation has not changed at all from Friday, from Thursday.
My only surprising factor was I thought Barcelona were there was meant to be a deadline or something, I think for Thursday,
My other surprise is like,
reportedly.
I didn't know Sevilla owes money still, though.
Well, of course.
What do you mean?
If
I didn't know they still owe money to Bordeaux.
Oh, yeah. They do.
I see Prime in there. Prime, if you're about, I'll send you the link.
Yeah, they do owe money to Bordeaux. They do. And again, usually you sign off, you have pending medical. But I think Chelsea want the medical done before contracts are even signed or even thought about, because we want to make sure that the surgery is okay. As far as Kounde training, he trained alone at the facility and did not participate in team activities. So just one-on-one stuff, just to keep in shape. So it says it's not that deep.
He's gonna be gone.
Plus, he needed to be at the training grounds anyway in case something came up to sign off paperwork. So he had to be there anyway.
Yeah, the only thing that I read on that was Chelsea weren't necessarily happy with it, but it's a minor thing. It's not anything too deep.
Yeah, did you hear Chelsea say that? No, it came out from a journalist. And look, all these journalists support each other. It's a big freaking frat who pat each other on the back. Oh, good job for putting that out. I mean, you even had Ben Jacobs saying, "Oh, great report by Gerald Romero."
Yeah, great report by Romero. That's the thing. That actually did stand out to me. Credit to Gerard Romero, even though he literally chatted shit. Like that made no sense to me. So yeah, you know what? It's all just it's what Johnny says. Brown envelopes. That's exactly what it is.
They support each other because they all want to make money off these news stories that they have nothing to do with. They are making money off something they have nothing to do with. Imagine that. They don't work for these companies. They don't work for Chelsea or Barcelona. They don't work for Jules Kounde. And they're trying to monetize every click on for everything that could possibly be. So yeah, they're putting out stuff. And plus some of it is CYA, but just turn off Twitter once in a while, folks. Just turn it off. It'll be better for your health, your mental health. If you just turn it off and walk away.
Wasn't absolutely directed at myself, it would have been that one. Spent way too much time on that shitty app.
Hey, look, it does. It messes. I've noticed it from coming to Twitter. You know, look, I'm older. I came to Twitter, and I didn't want to come because of all the bullshit on Twitter. And I was convinced, hey, just stay in a group. You don't have to talk to anybody else, but at the group. And of course, it blew up from there. But yeah, if you listen to everything and think everything that you see on that app is real, I can see how so many young people are fucked up in the head. I'm serious. I understand it now because
I definitely am one who's a little bit fucked up. So I'll put my hands up.
No, I'm not putting that out to anybody. I'm just saying I understand the negativity and everything on there is just something. I remember the days you didn't.
Max P says YouTubers are guilty of chasing monetization again. Hands up to that one. We're all clickbait merchants in here, is what it is. Sorry about that.
Yeah, but at least Lewis works for himself. He doesn't work for, he's not putting out. Only thing he's putting out is what has been reported. He's not coming out with his own sources saying, this is what's going to happen. And bang
I
on
will
the
say,
table.
though, if out of nowhere you start seeing like Hella, Levi Colwill, or Declan Rice prop, let me cook and get my bag. Just don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. But it's what it is. Rigo Park says Chelsea need to protect our legacy and pride. Stop being everyone's second choice. The hell with any player who doesn't want us first. Most players, though, their dream is to play for Barca and Real Madrid. Like, it is what it is in that front. If you look for players who want to play for Chelsea first and foremost, you're either going to be a Cobham-only side or you're just not going to get a lot of top players. Because the top players dream of playing for Barcelona and play for Real Madrid. Like Eden Hazard did, Courtois, Rudiger, AC. I think Havertz's dream was to play for Real Madrid before he joined us. Like, who else? Not even off the top of my head, but like most players, they prioritize playing for Real Madrid and Barca and like the top prestige clubs. So it is what it is.
It comes down to two people, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, who actually made those clubs forefront in every child's mind that grew up in a certain period of time. That's why everybody and again,
I think for Real Madrid it was even more before that. There was the Galacticos era and everything.
Right,
like
but for this generation of players,
oh yeah,
it was growing up watching Cristiano at Real Madrid or watching Lionel at Barcelona. But they're not there anymore, and those clubs, other than Real Madrid winning the Champions League this year, for a while they've been kind of out of the spotlight in the European game. Those teams always fight, and look, even Real Madrid's grasp at the top of La Liga hasn't been secure. I mean, Atletico's won it, not last year, but the year before. So they're not as great as they once were, and then it all comes down to money. They used to be the biggest money clubs, and now other teams can start to match what they are, and it is what it is.
It is what it is. Oh shit, yeah. Naval Nation, but big up, man. Appreciate the donation. Saying, all I know, Barca is making corrupted deals out of money. Why does no Barca fan come out and say it? Because they know they'll be caught out. Of course, it's fraud. UEFA know it. Come on now. The Barcelona financial situation just seems to get more and more confusing for me. I don't even try and talk about it like I understand it. I just think, like, if they're in that bad of a financial state and they're continuing to make all of these transfers, eventually it is all going to catch up for them. So I'm looking forward to that moment. But as of right now, I don't know how they're getting all this money. Like, they're just selling more TV rights, selling everything Barcelona. I don't even know if in 5 years they'll even have rights to their own fucking sponsorship deals or anything like that. I don't know. But if they aren't around in a year or two, then I guess we've won. I guess. But
then what was the Super League? What was the Super League for then?
That was for Barcelona and Real Madrid.
Yep. Because La Liga weren't making enough money. And the Premier League is just on a completely different level to every other league.
They are starting to now, but they have a different payment distribution system. Where most of the.
So you're saying that it still happened then? It's going to happen soon.
What is? I can't hear you.
No. I mean, like so you're saying that the Super League will happen anytime?
I don't know about if the Super League's going to happen, but that was Real Madrid's and Barcelona's and some of the Italian clubs really that wanted to do it because they don't make as much as the Premier League clubs do, and that was a way to even the playing field, and that's why the Super League was thought of.
I think you will see another Super League.
I didn't
they already tried it, just didn't come out the right way.
I just don't know when.
We can speculate that. I haven't got a clue, but you can see it already in the works. And I'm not really.
UEFA could be doing it. UEFA could do it and just say, we're tired of having the same people win all the time. Let's make a separate league and then put everybody else in another one.
No, the thing that I liked was that it wasn't UEFA. UEFA are corrupt as fuck, and they were finally getting it turned on their heads. And I was all for it personally. My only issue was the fact that it just locked in 20 sides. To me, is if you make a relegation and promotion ability in that league, There's nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. And there's different formats of leagues that happen all the time. I'm sure people were against the Premier League when it initially came out. But now no one will say nothing about it because it came in and it was a success. People would have to see it and see if it succeeds. So, like, you guys even remember, like, when the first Super League, the Super League was first announced, I think I was the only person on who was like, I mean, it's not necessarily terrible from a Chelsea perspective because it really wasn't. It was just from a footballing perspective where it sucked. And I understand that because there were still areas that it needed to be improved on. But I didn't mind the initial idea. It just needed to be improved on a little bit. There's 1,000 of you guys in here, by the way. So we should be hitting 500 likes. There's only 300 or so far. So let's continue to run it up.
Yeah. And on the flip side to that is people will accept corruption they're already used to. So if UEFA came out with a Super League, they'd accept it like that. You know, they don't want to because it's UEFA. They're the corruption we know. So it's okay.
Did you see the way everyone came out to defend UEFA? And I was like, you think UEFA are the good guys? We're doing it for the fans. By the way, we're only going to give you 20% allocation for a Champions League final. But yeah, we're doing it for the fans. Be here for us. Support us. And everyone just milked it and just ran with it.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
It's the buffer that they never get into these financial fair play. Only we do. The financial fair play. I don't know how they get away with it.
Who? Barca?
Yeah.
There's a lot that I don't know about how Barca get away.
I'm not even going to get into that.
That's just a long topic.
If you want me to do finances and all that good stuff, you know, it's a very boring stream. I can talk about it, but it's like
I'm still hungover. My concentration span ain't
professor lecture
to deal with that. Maybe another stream we'll delve into that.
Big ol' Ryan in the chat. Big up yourself.
Hey, big up Ryan. Actually on YouTube this time. Cameron says we all know Deadwood would still be here, but I believe that the 5-sub rule will be one of the strongest teams of the players we currently have.
Definitely not.
In the league, yes, just by default, really, but. Like, I don't think there's going to be a lot of improvement except right now in the defensive front. Like, maybe Conor Gallagher comes. Go on, you go.
I would say with the 5 rules, like 5 subs rule, our depth isn't good. So even if we can use more of it, it's just using more shit. Like, if like having 5 subs, if you've then got the choice of, I can also bring that on a Ross Barkley or a Werner, you're still bringing shit on. Like, it doesn't matter that it's an extra sub; it's still shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you need good depth for depth. Like for the sub rule to be good, you need good depth, and we haven't got good depth in key areas. We've got good depth in some areas. Like in midfield, we might be all right. Like it kind of depends on if Gallagher can actually step up, because I'm yet to be convinced. And in like wing back, we're going to be fucked. So it like kind of depends in what areas really. Like there'll be some good depth in some areas, and there'll be some shit.
See, this is the same Fugazi stuff our fans. This is the same Fugazi stuff our fans had last season. Oh, we've got amazing depth. 2 injuries later, and all of a sudden you're having to see Cho at wing back or Ruben at wing back, or you're having to see some rubbish play in midfield. And then all of a sudden you guys are complaining and saying, "Oh, our team was never good enough anyways." Make up your mind. Like
the only two teams the 5 rule sub really benefits is Liverpool and City. The only two.
I don't think Liverpool has great. I don't think Liverpool has great
Liverpool's
depth.
Liverpool's depth has got better, especially if they sign a midfielder. Their depth is actually quite good.
In midfield, like I get you, because I do think that they still need another midfielder. In the
what about a wing back or fullback? What's their depth at fullback?
Tsimikas and Robertson's good depth. Who's their right back depth?
They've just got a new guy in from Aberdeen. And he looks
Tsimikas is not Premier League level. Let's be real.
Yes, he is.
Tsimikas is quality.
Yes, he is.
No,
he's not. Yes, he is. He starts for most Premier League clubs.
Bullshit.
There are times when Liverpool fans have wanted him to start over Robertson because of how good he was.
Yeah, there was long periods of this season.
You can speak. Hold on. Listen, you can speak on the. Here's the thing. You can speak on whether you rate the individual player quality or not, but it works in their system, and that is the most important part. I don't really like the player quality on the individual level, like whatever, but if it works in your system, then that is actually what matters. And Liverpool have players that work in their system. We
That's
clearly
true.
don't.
That's fine, but I don't want to hear about Simicast being able to start for most Premier
He
League
starts
teams.
most Premier League teams.
He doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Oh, okay. Again, that's you can
Yeah.
agree to disagree on
I
that.
can't.
but he
I
works
can't
for
lie.
Liverpool.
Like I think Shimakasa's quality. I'd love him at the
He
club.
I
starts
didn't say he was
almost-
a bad player,
Oh,
but he's not
again-
like their left back depth is no better than our left back depth.
But no,
Yes,
but again,
yes.
it's fine.
Yes,
but
Oh
again,
no,
it's-
he's better than Alonso and Emerson.
No,
He is
is better than
considerably
Mourinho.
better. There is
Okay.
no debate in that. It's considerably
sure.
better.
Jester, he's
Look,
better
there's
just
a
based on
walking
the basis
Liverpool
that he works in their
bench
system.
player. I can't
He's
be
better.
bothered. We're in the mud.
It's not about an individual player quality, but just based on he works in their system. He's better.
Paul Jr. says your take on Azpi for another season. Like I've already said earlier in the stream that I think Azpi to me it's like Kante, where as long as you don't rely on him consistently, game in, game out, and you could just bring him into squad and take him out and bring him in and take him out every now and then, I do think that there's still a role for him. I did say as well, losing the likes of Rudiger and potentially Azpi could impact our dressing room as well. So it could be worth keeping him for one more year. My biggest issue though is Barcelona. If they don't want to fork out the amount that we want for him, they can fuck off. And I'm just tired of them personally. Yeah, it is what it is. Azpi won't make a massive fuss about leaving either. Go on, Scott.
I'm of the opinion he can leave, but I'm not going to be like some of these people I've seen online. They're going to be disrespectful about him. Like I'll be respectful and say like he needs to go. Like he's past it, but I'm not going to treat him like some of the people I've seen online and on Twitter, in particular a few people who have treated him like with the disrespect. Like this is arguably one of our best defenders we've ever had. Like I'm putting him in the conversation of like your Cahills and whatnot because of how much he's done for us over the period he's been at us.
Oh, he's way clear of Cahill.
I know, but like
respectfully as well, but he's way clear.
Like yeah, you've got like Terry and you've probably got Terry, Carvalho, and Silva, or like maybe Terry and Carvalho in the top tier, and then the tier underneath is like your Carvalho's, Azpi's, and that he's in that tier. So the way people are respecting him online, I think is pathetic. Number one, but yeah, he can go, but I'm not going to be disrespectful about it.
I don't think he necessarily needs or has to go. Like, and it was the same thing I said last season. So long as he's playing in the back three or he's back up playing in that back three, I don't mind. It's the fact that he has to play at wing back that he gets
the problem was
lack of pace.
The problem last season, I think, was injuries and AC's contract issues, which is why Azpi had so much game time, and that was the issue. It's the same thing with Kante. Too much game time, and then he started to become really sloppy in games. I think same thing with Kante. You play him every now and then. There's still a good player there, 100%.
Which is why, like, I would keep Azpi for another season, but which is why I'm kind of worried because we don't have a backup right wing back. I know Richie is going to get injured for about a month, and all these Chelsea fans that are positive about Cho playing, he's going to play in there, he's going to stink, and Azpi's going to have to play wing back for a month or two. And then he's going to continuously get exposed. Then you're going to get
do a scope. I'll send you the link, bro. Yeah, but that's my thing. That's my thing as well. Like, I get what you mean. We haven't got any right wing backs coming in. I don't think we're going to make depth in that position. So if we're not going to do it,
it's okay, bro. It's okay, bro. We got Sterling 2.0. We got Dujon Sterling who can play there.
No, we're actually looking at keeping Dujon Sterling for the season.
Chicken Goujons.
Oh my gosh!
No, Dijon mustard, bro. That's what we got.
Big up DJ
guy,
Bill as well. Appreciate
it. Another youth player I can hate on. Brilliant. Let's go.
Oh my days, Brian.
Oh my gosh. So
right,
transfer window, to my knowledge, is not closed yet. So you don't know who might be coming in later on in the window, depending on who goes out. They're at a certain point, we're going to have to sell before we buy any more players. Okay,
I think
that's just the way it is because you're
forwards.
And it's not about needing cash. It's about the wage bill being too damn high. So before, at a certain point, you're gonna have to roll out a Timo Werner. You're gonna have to roll out a Azpilicueta, Marcus Alonso, because they're making
Werner
6 figures a year.
About Tuchel being too critical about him, right, Fata? Is Fata here?
Amen. All I'm gonna say is, if you sell him, don't be surprised if you panic buy.
Panic buy?
Yeah.
Panic buy would probably be better.
don't know about that, man.
Like,
Really? Really? You
imagine
said
like
the
we
same
sell
thing last
Werner and
season about
panic buy, I
Lukaku.
don't know, Suarez or something. We'd be
You
better.
said the same thing. You said the same thing last season about Lukaku. We panic bought him.
Would you? Yeah, probably was a bit of a panic buy in that
Yes.
regard. Yeah.
We
Tuchel weren't really that keen on him.
panic bought in Saul on loan.
But this is the only thing with Werner. It's like and this is where Jester's point makes sense as well. We can't get rid of Werner unless somebody comes in first.
Yep. I will say on outgoings, there is a chance we could lose one player. There is concrete interest from Charlotte, ironically enough, for Matt Miazga. They're just
going to say Werner.
No, not for Werner, unfortunately. But they're just trying to work out what kind of, because of the with the MLS, how the contracts work. They just have to work out whether they need to use a DP contract or whether they can get him on a lower contract because of wages and whatnot. But there is concrete interest there from them.
Awesome. He's been at Chelsea for too long. So
6.5 years.
6.5 years too long.
Yep.
Although it is the reason that I'm a Chelsea fan nowadays. So
Matt Miazga.
That is an interesting and just an odd bit of knowledge. I did not know that.
I did not expect it to be Matt Miazga.
Well,
Where is he now? I forgot he's still around.
He's about to be sold. So here's the story. I was looking. I finally could get Premier League games on TV. It's when NBC signed a contract for, or CBS, I can't remember which one it is, signed a contract to televise Premier League games.
Fox
and so I was looking for a team to support, turn on Chelsea, and Matt Miazga's playing for them. And so I was like, okay. And then that was it went from there.
You know why that's interesting?
Matt Miazga, man. That's crazy. But you
Conte
know what? I have
asked
to respect it. Mine was only because it was blue. Go on, Paul.
No. You know what's interesting? Conte asked for Van Dijk, and we got him Matt Miazga. That's interesting.
What?
Matt Miazga's been here longer than Conte, I think.
Yeah, I think it was before Conte.
No, he was there before Conte.
No. What I'm saying is he wanted Van Dijk, but we said we got Miazga. That was the point. We could not get
when?
Van
Dijk. When
was it Van Dijk or Miazga?
Conte wanted this summer going into a second season. He wanted Van Dijk.
But Miazga joined us when Mourinho was in charge.
No. His point is that we already had Miazga, that we didn't need to buy Van Dijk.
Yes, exactly.
Go AM, you're a bastard, bro.
And also, Jesters, you're telling us that the reason why Cho gets abuse from you is because of Matt Miazga.
Well, I guess indirectly, yes.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah,
indirectly, yes. Well, if that's what made become a Chelsea or get interested in Chelsea and become a Chelsea fan, then I guess you could link it all the way back.
No, I'm joking though.
No, the real reason Cho gets so much crap from me is because he's shit.
Yeah.
Thank you. Couldn't have put it any better.
Not fair enough. I remember trying to defend Hudson-Odoi, but I see him play regularly at left wing, and it's like, okay, is what it is. Is what it is. Let him go out on loan or just sell him. Just don't play him at right wing back next season. I can't be bothered for it. Naval Nation says, should Chelsea play Hutchinson in Italy to see what he's about? He'd defo be in cup games like the FA Cup and League Cup. Hutchinson? Amari Hutchinson. Oh, I was thinking
he's in the development squad.
Yeah, no.
It's
way too early for Hutchinson. He's like 18 years old.
This guy can play wing back, and if you're giving me the choice of him or Dijon Sterling and Cho and Aspi, I don't mind.
No, I don't want. I'm not going to ruin him.
Played right wing back.
We're going to ruin another.
When is Ampadu played right wing back?
For Venezia.
He played there. Apparently, he played there for Venezia.
Right? Are you sure?
But that's a couple of games.
Are you sure it's right wing back or right back?
I'm pretty sure it's right wing back because I'm pretty sure this is obviously not a good example, but I'm pretty sure I saw him play there in a game he got sent off in.
Okay. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Basically, right wing back is
hold on,
wide.
Hold on. Ator, you just said you remember that. Do you remember the game?
Not much, but a little bit.
I remember he got sent off. Because I got the notification.
Yeah,
I
I don't remember who it was against, but I just know he got sent off. And I think he was
Which
playing
game
right
was
wing back.
this?
I cannot
What
remember
was
for
the
the life of me.
Wasn't
Fucking
it
hell,
a
yeah.
questionable sending off too?
No, it was 2 yellow cards.
Does
It was
anyone remember?
I'm gonna
Does
give
anyone
me a
remember
second.
what the game was, or
I'll find it.
or what the team was?
Oh, here's some breaking news. Here's some actual breaking news.
Oh,
Chelsea have an agreement with Inter Milan that would see Romelu Lukaku stay for a second season.
oh yeah, we already knew that.
No, but it's
Whoa.
now been codified.
Oh, good. So yeah, so we don't even have to hope Lukaku has a good season. Good. Fuck you. There we go. Don't have to wish he plays well then.
Yeah,
Just
it was
stay.
against lower B team called Saleri. Yeah.
It was
I don't know how
what?
to pronounce it.
I thought you could speak.
Salernitana.
I thought you spoke.
It was Salernitana. It was one of the lower
Yeah,
teams.
I remember that. No, I mean it was 2 yellows, but I think one of the yellows was kind of bogus or something like that.
Mhm.
I still can't believe I was like an hour off getting a Lukaku shirt before that news dropped. Fuck me, man. That would have been the biggest L in history.
It would, because
you
there'd been a
nearly
big L on your back.
did. You nearly did in the mega sale. You saved yourself some money there.
Hey!
Oh,
Good one.
yeah.
Good one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Ampadu didn't play wing back. He played in midfield.
Did he?
That game.
Who?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm predicting.
Maybe.
I have someone that watches Serie A. He didn't play right wing back. He played in midfield.
Fair.
Okay.
Yeah, I think-
somebody's going around saying he's played.
No, he plays midfield. I know that, but I think a couple of
Yeah.
games or one game he played.
He
wing
did
back.
not play. He did not play one game at wing back.
Okay.
They don't. Yeah, they don't have him many games at wing back.
And also, if you're using that example of a game he played right wing back where he got sent off in, that's
Yeah, it's not a great example, as I said. I'm just.
Oh, right. Miguel says problem is that after Kounde, there's a lack of quality centre backs.
That's not true.
Vardiol isn't leaving, and Inter are blocking Skriniar. Just keep Ampadu and Colwell at that point.
There are other options.
No, there's still Kimpembe. Like, there's still talks going on.
He said quality. There, you got Bastoni. You could go.
I hear that, but
Kimpembe is good.
Tuchel would get a good. He would
Kimpembe
get
is-
way more out of Kimpembe than I think people give him credit for. Like, I get the worries about him. Like, some of his defensive stats don't look the best, but I do think Tuchel gets way more out of him. Remember how bad Rudiger and AC
But-
looked like before Tuchel?
I don't
joined?
agree. I don't
Exactly.
disagree, Lewis.
All
but
those negatives.
What?
All those
Moya
negatives
will
people
get-
have about Kimpembe. All those negatives people have about Kimpembe, like it's literally the exact same thing we all said about Rudiger and Christensen before Tuchel came.
It literally
the exact
was
same.
Christensen. Great on the ball, but like a bit iffy defensively. And then look how much of a baller he turned into under Tuchel. So, like, for me to see the same tune out of Kimpembe, I wouldn't be too surprised. Moya, what were you going to say, bro?
I was just gonna say I don't disagree with your point. I think if we did get Kimpembe, I trust Tuchel to get the best out of him. But we can at least try for a better prospect first. I don't think.
Claudio-
But do you
I love.
do you
Claudio.
think we can get Kimpembe?
Yeah, he
I
doesn't.
think Kimpembe wants to stay, in all honesty. It's
Yeah.
all leaning
Yeah.
towards that.
Manager
I
doesn't
think
want him to
Chelsea's still
leave.
gonna test it.
Manager
Yeah.
doesn't want him to leave. He doesn't want to
The thing-
leave.
The thing
They
with this
don't
whole
need money.
is I do like I don't know how to word this properly, but the whole centre back thing has been a bit of a mess for me, and I understand it because the people involved aren't like director of football type people, so they're not going to obviously know about doing it in a certain way. But the way we've gone about trying to sign another centre back has been a mess. Like we were all in on Kounde, then we weren't, then we are again now. We stopped being all in on Kounde because we went all in on Ake until we noticed Kimpembe was available. So we called on Ake to the point where he wanted to stay. Now we might have lost out on Kimpembe. Like it's just a mess in how we've gone about it. It's like if you have a target, just go for it. Literally, just go for it.
But Scott, are you actually thinking that what's reported in the news and the way it's reported actually is that's the way it's happened? What if we were trying for all of these center backs at the same time to ensure that we would get a left-footed center back and the right-footed center back we wanted to complement Koulibaly?
But
So we were looking at all these players at one time, but the reports came out different.
No, but I think our interest did cool on Kounde. I think that is factual.
That's not actually true. He was not the preferred center back from Tuchel because number one, he had surgery.
So the interest cooled. So the interest cooled.
True. Let me finish.
You're saying the same things. You just
No, I'm not.
Let him land. Go on.
Jules Kounde had surgery this summer. Thomas Tuchel, his ideal center back, his first center back signing, he wanted a tall physical presence, aka Antonio Rudiger. Okay? So that was his preference. The board's preference was Kounde because they had worked on it for so long. But since he had the injury, he had to have surgery. And until the surgery is successful, you're not going to deal with that. You're going to put that on the back burner and go out and take care of what the manager actually wants. And we did that in Koulibaly. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
He also wants a left-footed center back. So we were looking at left-footed center backs as well. You've got Ake, you've got Kimpembe, you've got Guardiola, all left-footed center backs. Once Kounde was back training again, they went back into him. So it's not that we cooled on him. It's the order of priority. He was bumped down a rung because of surgery.
So that's exactly. So in lesser words, the interest cooled.
But that's
The surgery is a very fair point. No one spoke about it.
Okay, cool. Maybe let me not say interest. Okay, well, I mean, if you're saying that what's it called, we were looking for something else, then a Kounde, then yes, interest called. Priorities called, whatever. But either at the beginning of the transfer window, probably even before the transfer window, it was all Kounde, and then it dropped. It slowed down, and we started looking at other center backs. So yeah.
Well,
Right,
the board also did change, so there is a difference there.
But here's the thing that I just find funny. It's funny how, like, when we put a bid in for Kounde, then all of a sudden Barcelona go balls to the walls to go and try and get him, and then they're saying they want to pay less, and then it drags out for a bit longer, and then Barcelona end up getting him. It's just hilarious to me. It's funny.
Well, Barcelona have been interested in those players like all summer.
No. But here's the thing:
people need to
Scott.
understand and accept that Barca just have more pull. Barcelona,
Yes.
like, you say what you want about like money and they look a mess and all this. As a symbol, they are more attractive for most clubs because people just imagine like the shirt, they imagine the badge, they imagine everything like that, and it's a dream to play for Barcelona. Like, people just need to accept that in terms of like as an image, they just prefer to play for Barcelona than Chelsea.
But here's the thing, because people have been ripping into Tuchel's pull, and I agree. But you know the funny thing, the period of time where we would have had some pull was when we literally been the transfer window after we won the Champions League. But then we signed Lukaku and Saul, so it's just fun. It's brilliant. It's so funny. I just love it. Love it.
That was typical. That was typical Roman and Marina, though. Win a big trophy.
Yeah,
let's do fuck all the summer afterwards.
Exactly. Facts. No, I know. So it's just hilarious. I mean, we would have had Paul just as won the Champions League. What did we do? Lukaku and Saul. I love it. You know what? A couple of weeks ago, when after we lost Rafinha, I was like, if you don't laugh, you cry. Yeah, I'm not laughing. I'm just crying. I'm upset. Yeah. Like, I'm demoralized. I couldn't give a shit anymore.
Find laughter in it no more.
I'm not laughing. I am upset. So yeah. Some Gabriel Jesus in our backsides again when we play Arsenal. That's a dosage I need.
Hey, speaking of which, that's a good point. We'll do a predicted lineup in a couple minutes. Paul Jr. says prayers to Hala. Gents, get your balls checked. Seriously. Yeah, on a serious note, like, testicular cancer isn't anything to laugh about. I do hope the best for Hala in that situation. And yeah, guys, check your balls. You never know. Rigo Park also says, how will Barcelona pay all these salaries? I get the players' dream to go there, but the players should know better. I swear they owe like half the squad money as well. In back payments.
Again, if you want to go into finances, we can do this, but it's going to be long and it's going to be boring, and people aren't going to.
There is a reason why they're trying to get their entire squad to take a pay cut, and B, they're trying to get rid of about 7 or 8 players.
I don't know how long this prestige tax will take them. But
it will always be there. Trust me, it will always be there. It will be the same. Like, it doesn't matter how. Like,
they owe 19 clubs money.
Yeah.
Wait, Lewis, you don't know how long their prestige tax will take Barcelona.
Yeah.
It's Barcelona. Like Man
No,
United have been.
we already seen how far it can go, but I mean, how far can
Yeah,
it continue?
Oh no, it can go as far.
While Man United have been shit for over a decade, and it's still Man United. So, like, it's Barcelona.
That's fair enough.
Even with the money problems, like I don't know how they're doing all of this really, but like they're trying to get rid of a lot of players, and maybe the way they're structuring the contracts is sign with us now and stuff, and in stuff like incentives and bonus, we win the Champions League next season, we get a big bonus or whatever. I don't know how they're doing all of this, but like it's working.
Well, I can tell you how they're doing it. It's been reported, and people just try to gloss over it. They had their second lever. They thought they were going to get 400 million euro for it, and they didn't. They got 3 something. And I don't know if it's official yet. The second lever, all it was supposed to do was relieve a 3-to-1 sell to buy ratio for player salary to a 1-to-1. They still have to sell €1 for every euro salary they bring in. Does that make any sense to everybody? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's all the second lever did, was give them some money, but allow them to be on a 1-to-1 footing, not a 3-to-1 footing. They still have to sell to register all these players. That's still not done. Now, if they sell BLM, which is their licensing and merchandising side, then they don't have to sell. They don't want to sell the licensing and merchandising because that's a ton of money. And once they sell these things, they're never going to get this revenue until the contract ends. So 25 years, they're going to lose close to 25% of their revenue from TV.
Yeah.
And if they sell their licensing and merchandising apart, let's say half of it, that's half of the merchandising revenue they don't get in, they're going to end up paying for this down the road because the revenue won't be there. And the 70% is based on your revenue. And I don't know if it's after expenses. I don't know all the details, but it's based on the revenue you bring in. So if that revenue continues to shrink because of the deals you're making now, in the future, there will be less and less money. So Barcelona won't ever be putting out $600,000 contracts anymore, or euro contracts, since they're the same amount of money now.
And basically, they have to win trophies as well. Otherwise, they'll just pack themselves even more.
Like I already mentioned as well, with respect to Barcelona's situation, it's a strategy that they're trying to adapt based on the creditors' investment. And the way that they can bring in the creditors is by getting the players that would have a good market value. Because when you go to the market and say you've got Lewandowski in your team, that's a bit different market value than you say I've got Memphis Depay in my team. Yeah. And apart from that, the kind of levers that they have, the second economic lever is supposed to bring in, like how Justice mentioned, 408 million to be more precise. But then right now, after further evaluations and activating the contract, it seems to be around 303 million euros. And what it in essence means is that they can only use that funding for their transfers and getting their wage bills sorted as well, because there seems to be a bit of a La Liga constraint in terms of that particular money moving into the operational side of the Barcelona management. And that's a problem that they have. This is something that they can use only for player transfers, because that is exactly what the lever can do according to the regulations as well. And apart from that, even if it is going to be a third regulation coming into place, that's when they will go for the BLM selling the right, selling the licensing and merchandising side of things. But right now, what we hear is that the 25% along with the 15% makes it 40% of their media rights already gone until the year 2047, which is not going to be a good sign for them, because this is not something that they can recoup at any given point in time. Because what you also understand from a media right is that it is bound to increase. It is bound to inflate in terms of the valuation. Today, if to be more, to be explaining it in more simple terms, if you're getting a media right value of, let's say, 400 million for this particular year, right, a random number, it is bound to increase as the inflation of your currency also increases. Let's say in a couple of years time, or maybe 5 years later, this 400 million is bound to increase to 600 million or 800 million. But at that point in time, though the profit has been 400 million on this particular media rights, this will eventually go only to 6 cents and not Barcelona. And that's the loophole in the strategy that might backfire on Barcelona, that that they're probably not looking at this point in time. But strategically speaking, 2047, you would still not get that 400 million. Obviously, it would have quadrupled to a multiple folds, and that multiple folds of profit is not something that Barcelona will be incurring. It would be 6 cents on the other hand that would be incurring. That's the problem that they have with selling it. But what it facilitates them is that getting additional cash at this point in time. Hope that makes sense.
There's been another report from Fernando Serrano. If you've been following him, that
No, what's he saying?
he's saying Kounde to Chelsea's done.
No.
All right, cool.
And then that's from the Sevilla side.
They can say all that they want. Until I see that in my Chelsea webpage, I'm not going to believe that.
I was going to say until I see a very reliable source tweeting that, I'm going to.
Until I hear
I actually put it in chat.
I'll probably wait until he's like holding the shirt before I get like gassed about it at this point.
Hey,
are you sure? Because even then,
he's agreed personal terms with Chelsea. He already did agree personal terms with Chelsea. Chelsea have agreed with Sevilla verbally. All that's left is a signature of documents, and from my understanding, it has arrived. The only change there is that maybe those documents have finally reached Sevilla, which I didn't know was going to take as long.
Well, you have to go through them with lawyers. The lawyers get paid by the hour. It goes real slow. I mean, I don't know how many of you have ever messed with lawyers. I have.
Nope.
They take their time explaining stuff. They get paid by the hour. And it's not so
they're deliberately slow with all this shit.
Okay. But then again, you have the 15th, this super chat from Dan Weiss.
Big up Dan Weiss as well. 4 lottery tickets.
Who's that?
It's a super chat.
Here's the 15% that I was or the Bordeaux amount. So it's 15% sell-on clause. So they have to negotiate that. And again, Sevilla would only get 32 million from Barcelona's bid if they take the 15% off of it. Because it's going to go to Bordeaux. So they're going to lose Jules Kounde for 32 million if they accept Barcelona's.
Yeah, is anyone not confident of us getting him?
Yes,
not really. It's just long. But
I'm just waiting for the game today. I'm not bothered.
Who else would be? Anyone else we want to go get? But it's going to take just as longer. If not more time.
It'll take a while.
Not this long.
I mean, look. At the end of the day, we know Sevilla are difficult, right? They don't care about what the player wants. Literally last year, Kounde was on his knees.
Sevilla wants to sell to Chelsea.
No, but that's what I mean. But
they've been waiting for documents, and it's also been a bit on Kounde.
They've got the documents. But at the end of the day, last season, Kounde was on his knees to join, but they didn't sell because they were being difficult with how much.
No, it was because we were taking too long, and we were also waiting for Zuma to leave to go to West Ham. We tried to involve him in a Sevilla deal.
But my point, what I'm trying to say is that Sevilla don't care about what the player wants, even if he's desperate to leave. So as long as we offer more money, I don't see how he goes to Barca. Unless Barca do something next.
We are offering more money.
Honestly, if he goes to Barca and they offer less money, well, FA or some, I don't know who needs to look into it, but this is like some bougie stuff. I'm sorry. I don't get information, bro.
I don't think it's not. Hold up, it's not unbelievable to think that a player would rather go to Barcelona for less money. Like, I don't know why that's so hard to understand.
It's literally Rafinha.
It's hard to understand if Sevilla would sell him to Barcelona.
Sevilla, that's what I'm not talking about the player. I'm talking about Sevilla.
I'm not kidding. Kounde does not own his contract, by the way. It's Sevilla who owns his contract. And so you're going to say that Sevilla is going to take less money when that was a whole thing last month?
From a rival as well. From a rival.
Yeah.
I don't think the rival whole thing means anything. Like, I don't think they're considered really rivals.
Of course it does.
I personally
Sevilla ain't winning no leagues. Sevilla are not winning any leagues.
It means a lot.
It doesn't matter.
But I don't think that Sevilla would take that much less money either. I find that hard to believe.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. If Kounde's preference is Barcelona, then like it's either a little bit of money or no money. Do you know what I mean? So
no, because he will leave. He's 100% leaving. It's
no, I get that, but that could be the case for now. Like Xavi gets in his ear, you know what I mean?
It doesn't matter what Jules Kounde wants. You have to have a bid accepted by the club who owns the contract. I don't understand why y'all don't understand that.
No,
the only reason Rafinha
no.
is a Barcelona player is because Leeds accepted the contract offer. If Leeds had not accepted the contract offer, Rafinha would not be a Barcelona.
Leeds also accepted our offer as well. So
yes, but you didn't understand the big deal of that is they accepted Barcelona's offer. Sevilla has yet to accept a Barcelona offer, and according to some reports, one hasn't even been made.
No. Here's the thing. I'm not even saying anything. I'm just saying like it's not. That's all I'm saying is it's not in the hands. That's what I'm saying.
Let me say this. There's one thing I noticed though from Fabrizio's tweet when he said, waiting on the signature from Sevilla and Kounde since Thursday. I believe you, Jester, that it should be on the club. They own his contract. He really doesn't have a choice unless they decide to take less money. But I feel like there's also some say that he has in this as well. It's not as simple as Sevilla say you go. He has no choice.
No, of course he can say, I'm not going to go to that club. I'm not signing.
Correct.
But then he'll stay in Sevilla.
Then he'll stay in Sevilla because they aren't going to sell him for less money. They'll wait for another year and have another club come in for him.
But that's the thing. Kounde knows he's going to leave. If it's Chelsea or Barca, he knows he's going to one of them. And he's happy to go to one of them. Sevilla are only stalling because they want more money. Of course they want more money.
It's because they want to try and make a little bidding war as well.
Of course they do.
But Barcelona can't even do that.
That's the thing. They can't.
We just have to wait and see.
It's something we're all annoyed because it's taking ages, but really and truly, if we don't get annoyed by him, we just try and look at it from a non-emotional standpoint. He's likely still going to Chelsea.
100, yeah,
it's just taking a while to get there, but he's likely still going to Chelsea.
End of the day, Matt Law said he's coming. So
the way I look
Matt Law.
That we should have learned from previous occasions. We've all had things happen that we weren't expecting to happen with Rafinha. So I'm not gonna apply 100% logic like I tried to last time, and I'm ready to believe anything, but I'm not gonna jump the gun until things are finalized.
Just quick question before I go quickly. What do you guys think of the fact that Kounde may be annoyed that Tuchel preferred Ake, De Ligt, Kimpembe, Koulibaly, all these defenders before he went into that?
It's completely different.
No, just in terms of like realistically.
Has he said that?
No, but it's that he was targeted before Kounde.
I mean, I don't think those are the centre backs you use. I think they play on in a back three. They play on different sides, so I don't think it matters. You can sign an Ake and also sign a Kounde, so I don't think that's it. But if you could still be annoyed based on the fact that I think we were quite deep in negotiations, and all of a sudden things stall. So I think that's where you probably should be looking if you're looking for where Kounde could be annoyed in all this.
Yeah, but look,
who's to say that he actually is annoyed? Has he come out and said
he definitely is annoyed, 100%.
We don't know that.
Definitely is annoyed.
We don't.
Okay, 100%. But he's not come out and said he's annoyed, but 100%.
He should have been signed last season. Okay. Of course, he's annoyed.
100%.
The reports of him being annoyed came out last season because he was annoyed at how it all went down.
Was he annoyed at Sevilla? Was he annoyed at Chelsea? Was he annoyed at the weather? Was he annoyed at what?
I think probably it was annoyed. I think that's why. I think at the beginning of the season, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure he didn't start immediately because of.
I think he was annoyed at Sevilla last season, but
he was.
Yeah, last season.
He made a
last season
post.
He was annoyed at Sevilla. Yeah.
You would think that this whole thing might make him a little bit annoyed at Chelsea for leaving him hanging, but we don't know that. Like we just don't know.
So there definitely is. There's probably so at least that there's some disdain that we can point to. We don't know how it probably hasn't gone very far. He probably let it go, but at least there's something to point to.
No, not that we can point to, but that we can speculate about. Like maybe.
Yeah.
We don't know what he's thinking for a fact. We just don't know.
Yeah. End of the day, last night Fabrizio said it was imminent, and Matt Law yesterday said it's going to happen. So I think we should be, as Chelsea fans, we should be comfortable. But anyway, big up, guys.
No.
Like I said, it's that little dick energy.
No.
You just can't let some report get you all blown out of proportion.
No. It's not. It's nothing. It's nothing like that. It's the roller coaster. Because 2 days ago it was fully Barcelona, but it's all you know what I mean. And then yesterday, the Barcelona reporters were throwing in the towel. Chelsea reporters were saying we're all the way in. And then now, I mean, I think early this morning, it's Barcelona have reignited. They're trying to negotiate a lower bid than Chelsea's just to see if they can get him. You know, it's the roller coaster that's annoying everybody.
Well, look, if everybody would just stay off social media and wait for the thing to be announced, you wouldn't have any annoyance. But since everybody wants to have minute by minute, blow by blow transfer saga, you get this bullshit, and you have to be able to read through it and put some common sense to it.
Yeah. By the way, just sitting around and waiting for the announcement. That's what led to. We did that with Dembele. He got re-signed. We did that with Rafinha. Yeah, he got signed to Barcelona too. So yeah, either way, it's not looking good for us.
Based on what?
Yeah, I agree with Jester.
Based on
People love
previous.
these minute by minute details, but then they like to freak out about every single thing that comes out. You can read them, but don't get triggered by everything. Let time pass. Try to read through the lines. See what makes sense and doesn't. You can discuss about it, debate about it.
Yeah.
But people are freaking out. They start abusing the reporters. Let it be. Why are people so on edge about it?
Yeah. If we're going off of the reports, where I'm getting annoyed is what Lewis said like yesterday. They keep saying use 24 hours, and they've said that 6 or 7 or 8 times over.
Even
and
Ben Jacobs said that at
annoying.
the end of his thing today. 24 hours. And it's just like, I'm about to mute that word. I probably should mute that word. It'll do me a lot.
It's like they keep on saying use 24 hours in Chelsea's favor, and within that 24 hours, Barcelona report comes out saying it's looking good for them. The tides have turned. That's where I get frustrated.
Those are only from Barcelona sources. Even Fabrizio Romano's reports, he's reporting on Barcelona sources.
Yes, but no, but you're getting it mixed up because I'm saying for the people that are because listen, is it say use 24 hours ahead from a Chelsea source, and within 24 hours, no Chelsea source says anything. Only Barcelona sources are talking. That's what I'm going to look at because within that 24 hours, that's what's been reported.
Okay, Tom Roddy at Time Sports has also said that Jules Kounde is set to follow Koulibaly in joining the West London club. So
wait, hold on. I don't know why people are saying why would we listen to Barcelona sources because there are competitors in this transfer room and they're not reporting on us. They're reporting on their side. And literally yesterday they were throwing in the towel. That's what they were saying.
Romero never threw in the towel. No,
not Romero.
He never threw in the towel.
Yeah, he didn't.
These are the sources that's the sources.
No. I think it was one other Barcelona source, and they filmed Laporta saying that like he's a Chelsea player or something along those lines. I don't know. And it's like it was when it was like confirmed that Kounde was going on pre-season, that Chelsea the Chelsea board or whoever that makes up was annoyed by that decision. Which I don't know. Could that have led to what led them to put in the bid whenever they put it in? It's up to us to speculate, I guess.
Yeah, big up Dan.
So I just sent the article to the chat that came from.
Yeah. No, I'm E-Rock. I'm not gullible. I'm just following the transfer saga. If I only look at Chelsea sources, would that be the best way to go about things? Well, so Barcelona fans are looking at Barca sources. Hold on, Barcelona sources are looking at Barca sources. Chelsea fans are looking at Chelsea sources. But to look over each other's work is apparently stupid. Like, I'm dealing with idiots in the chat right now. Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah, but it's also stupid to just get emotional about everything, though.
I'm not. The only thing I'm emotional about is the whole 24 hours talk. 24 hours talk 5, 6, 7 times over. That's I'm getting annoyed. I know that Chelsea sources saying that.
Mute the word.
Bro, that is the transfer window. Like, that's a buzzword they use in the transfer window. It is what it is.
Yeah. No. But here's the thing. I before this is the first time I've got triggered by the transfer window. I was the whole laugh, don't cry. Now I'm crying because I'm getting annoyed at the whole 24 hours. Listen, and by the way, and also, I'll be honest, listen, I want to be negative today because I'm annoyed. And I'm annoyed for the first time in the transfer window, so let me be annoyed. Don't get at me for being annoyed. I don't want to hear it.
Fair enough. Let me just go through a few of these super chats. Dan Vice, we did discuss it, but just to read out as well, Sevilla negotiating with Bordeaux the 15% sell-on clause. That's apparently why the Barca bid won't be accepted according to Spanish media. Sevilla will only receive 32 million from their bid, which would be a massive loss for them on Kounde, so I totally understand that. Another reason to be a bit more relaxed on this whole scenario. Cab driver, again, that's 4 lottery tickets. Big up yourself saying I had to mute the words Kounde. Barcelona, Barca and Gerard Romero on Twitter. This saga is stressing me out. I might need to mute the words 24 hours myself because I'm letting it start to rattle me. And I really shouldn't. AW as well, big up for the super sticker. Much appreciated, my guy, as well. That's still a lottery ticket as well, so big up yourself. And yeah, so guys, on the Kounde situation, just try and just not take it by ear. Just wait until we hear if Kounde's actually going for a medical or something. Until then, everything is just speculation. Until he's going to take a medical at Chelsea or Barca. Go on, Jesters.
One last point before we get into the lineup. The reason Matt Law has not said anymore is because he wrote an article saying Kounde is coming to Chelsea. He doesn't have to say anymore after that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's why you're not heard from Matt Law. He's moved on because he's already put out an article saying Kounde is going to Chelsea.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, geez.
Why would he have to speak any more about it?
Oh yeah, but I can't wait to get called a dildo 10 times over now. Yeah.
Yes, bro. Hope you're all good. We're just about to get into the lineup as well. Perfect timing.
Wait, are we playing tonight? We play tonight.
7 p.m. my time. I don't know when y'all's time is, but it's 7 p.m.
Come on, plastic.
Oh, thank fuck I don't have work tomorrow. I can actually watch without worrying about being up the next day.
Yeah, guys, we will be doing a watch along on Chelsea Fan TV as well. It just hasn't been created just yet, but there will be a watch along for the evening.
Where is it being played? It's Orlando, isn't it?
Yeah,
Orlando.
So there shouldn't be any delays.
7 hours.
Well, no, it's usually this time of year.
It's 2 a.m. Or is it midnight or is it 2 a.m.? Because it should be 7 hours difference, I think.
It's 1 a.m.
No, it's 5 hours
1
difference.
No.
The East Coast is 5 hours difference.
It's 1 a.m. East Coast is 8 o'clock. Central time, our time is 7. So, yeah, it's 1 a.m.
So it's 6 hours from Central time. It's 5 hours from Eastern time. So Eastern time starts at 8 o'clock. It's 1 a.m. Central time just starts at 7 o'clock. Add 6 hours, still 1 a.m. Still 1 a.m.
No, but you get it with hammer point, then it's
I can do Mountain and Pacific time if you want to as well.
Yeah, same with RE45 too. No,
Who's that really far from their mic?
Or somebody's listening to something in the background. Yeah, there it was.
Oh, yeah, let's do it, Scott. No worries. Okay, let's go into the lineup. Again, guys, any super chat, any amount, you guys can put whoever you want in the lineup.
We're going to get this bad. This can be wrong as hell.
Yeah.
Wait. Speaking of the lineup, yeah. Apparently in training, Koulibaly was playing on the left of Thiago Silva.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
especially if Kounde comes in because he played on the right.
Or not back to
I think Koulibaly played on the left anyway for Napoli.
Yeah, in the 4 he plays on the left.
And
this should glitch.
Christensen's got a game like 2 hours after that. Let him rest.
You know what's interesting? You know what's interesting about Koulibaly? For Ivory Coast, for Senegal, he plays on the right. Just quite interesting. So you can.
Werner ain't in here, bro.
Yeah, Werner's out.
I think that's because he's so two-footed, though, Prime. I think that he's just really two-footed, so he can play on either side really well.
For in goal.
God, I hate
So are we going for Mendy or Kepa in goal?
Mendy.
Really,
Mendy?
Prime?
Yeah, Mendy.
Oh, you want to see that fraud Mendy back and go? Yeah, let's no worries. Let's do it.
Wallahi, Prime.
Let's do it.
Say wallahi.
As long as we're not at penalties.
Let's do it. Say wallahi.
Penalties.
Say wallahi and catch a hat trick. Wallahi. Let's do it.
I can't lie. I think we'll play close to a best team, considering it's the last friendly we've got.
No, we have Udinese next weekend.
Oh yeah, that'll be the game we rotate. I think of the two, I think this will be the one we play as close to full strength as possible, and then the Udinese one will rotate to the Cole Wills and the SARS and the Keppers and all that shit.
You think?
I think so.
Okay, I was going the opposite way, but
just because I think if we were playing anyone else other than Arsenal, I'd maybe play fine. But I think with it, I just see it. I just see a team against Arsenal.
I these young players in this game, to be honest. You want to prove that you want to play for Chelsea? Go beat Arsenal.
Question: when is the Udinese friendly?
Next weekend.
And when is our season start? The weekend after that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he could go either way, but I also think he'll play a stronger team to start today.
Yeah. I'm not saying
It's
he's going to
possible.
play a strong team the whole game. I think we'll play a strong team
No,
for like
it'd be half and
45
half.
and then,
Yeah.
and then rotate in the second half.
Still be just full rotation all round. But as a back three, who do we see starting? I think it's again
Well,
Silva in the middle.
I think Silva, Koulibaly, and Rob. But
I would like to see Ampadu on the right-hand side of the back three.
Ampadu,
Because
Koulibaly,
Chalobah to me
Silva.
is dead food. I'm tired of hearing about his goals he scores.
Yes!
He has way too many freaking penalties.
Preach. Yes, go on, Jesters. Preach.
Way too many penalties. That
Yes.
handball was stupid. You don't slide with your arm up in the air.
Yes. What have I said?
No,
I mean, I don't blame you. I don't blame you either. He was a bit sloppy in that second half, even with some of the passes.
If
it was
Chalobah-
stupid for him to slide just at all.
If Chalobah keeps up with this form, then I actually kind of wish we would get Kounde. Otherwise, I'm okay with that. But Chalobah's not looking. It's just pretty.
Did he play in the?
No, he ain't signed
the
Kounde,
game?
bro.
What would you say, Scott?
Did he play in the first game, the Club America game? I didn't watch that game.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He played in center back. Ampadu.
How did he play? Because I didn't watch that
He
game.
was better than in the midfield. His distribution was better at center back than what he showed in the midfield.
He was solid that first game.
Oh, you talking about Chalobah or Ampadu?
No,
Chalobah.
Chalobah. He was okay in the first game, but I think
I was
he's
gonna say,
slow
I
of
think-
foot. Too slow of foot to be a center back.
Ampadu is better in the midfield.
I think Ampadu's better in the midfield personally. So what I was going to say on Chalobah, I don't think he was that bad in the against Charlie. It was just a stupid penalty to give away. Apart from that, I thought he played all right.
Decision making, things like that.
Yeah,
Chalobah does those stupid penalty mistakes constantly.
Yeah,
all the time.
He's done in his game.
I'd love to see Ampadu to see if he can play the right back, just because the more positions you can play, the more likely it is for you to be a member of the
I
squad
don't
next
think
year.
Arsenal is the one they practice on.
Yeah,
I think Aspi will be playing right.
I think Azpi might play in it, but put Reese at right wing back.
Yeah,
we could do that too.
Or
That's
James.
fine.
Or
You can
James.
see it.
Reese at right wing back.
We just don't have a good right wing back yet, so I have to keep James at right.
Yeah, and the thing is like Kennedy maybe, but like I still want to see more. But I don't care who plays there. I don't want to see Cho there again. I'm sorry, I don't want to see Cho there again.
I don't want to see Cho on the field.
Cho needs to be sold.
I think so. Alex, I think it's time. I've seen enough. He can't play an attacking like a forward. He can't play as a wing back. He actually fits a wing back role, but he can't execute it well enough. I don't know what else this guy's going to give us.
I don't even know. I said this in the group chat the other day, in the one like me, Lewis, and Jester. And like the thing that annoys me about Cho is you can see from like a few things. He's got the talent to be able to do certain things like beat a man. His application though is what lets him down. He does not apply himself at all. Like he's got the ability to beat a man on the dribble every single time he gets the ball, and every single time he dribbles up to them, puts his foot on the ball, passes sideways or backwards, all the time, and it pisses me off.
Scott, I don't think he actually can.
He can. I've seen him do it before, bro. He can do it.
No. I mean, you've seen him doing it when he was young.
No, I've seen him do it when he's been in the first team as well. When he came in under Sari, like he could do it.
Yeah,
it pisses me off. It's like it's the application of how he does it. Like I get if you haven't got what like. No, I know, but like it pisses me off because if you haven't got the ability, right? Like you look at Werner, like I don't like Werner, but I got to give it to the guy in terms of like he tries to apply himself all the time, and he's just shit. He's just flat out shit. He can't. He applies himself, but his ability reflects how bad he is. With Cho, he's got the ability to do it and never applies himself, and it pisses me off.
I don't think he has the ability
He
anymore.
never applies himself on the football pitch. Like there's no like you can't look at like what annoyed me as well in the game against Charlotte, right? Is ability has nothing to do with closing a man down and stopping the pass going like down the line that you're meant to be covering. That's down to just application, and he let the pass go down the line past him. That's just application, and it pisses me
This
off.
guy did it so many times last season. Because again, he started the season well playing right wing back. He played in the Super Cup, and I think he might have played the opening game of the season. But then when he kept on playing there, he kept on being bad. When Tuchel first came in, he started off playing right wing back. He was playing well. But the more he kept playing there, he kept playing bad because he just doesn't want to play right wing back. But when he plays in the forward position, He doesn't apply himself to get a first team role.
Again,
Yeah,
that's what I
everyone
mean, though.
praises him, but again, my thing is like he just needs to go because like, I don't know. People keep complaining about the injuries he has.
At the
If
very
that's the
least,
excuse to why he's not going to do well at Chelsea, I'd rather he goes because
I
if
get
he
the injury.
excels somewhere else, fair enough.
I get the injury to a certain extent because like what he had
know.
can affect you, but injuries have nothing to do with applying yourself. Like injuries, like it can affect you to a certain extent, but we're past the injury now. Now we're talking about what I'm talking about is basic application of how you perform on a football pitch.
I know, and he's been doing that for a while, for a couple of years now.
And
That's why
at this point, I would like to see him go. I don't necessarily want him sold, at least not yet. I'd like to see a loan at the very least. If it does get sold, he gets sold, but at least I'd see a loan. But he needs to go and show us that he can apply himself elsewhere. Because right now, I'm not seeing any application. I know you're talented enough. Like I think you're talented enough, but I need more than that. Like you could be as talented as you want and not apply yourself. Like Ravel Morrison was apparently the best player in the United Academy. Never applied himself. Is now playing for DC United.
Bro,
Like,
we've seen many talented players. It doesn't matter. Cho's talent is nothing that special.
That's what I mean, though. Like, I need application now, and I just haven't seen it.
It
like,
seems he's bothered to do that unless he's playing left wing, and he's crap at that. But if he's playing anything else but left wing, it seems like he takes it down a level.
And you can't afford to do that because sooner or like,
he's not exactly on the left wing, so you know what I mean. He needs to.
Gestures is just enjoying this. He didn't even start this. He's just enjoying.
I've been saying this for years, but people didn't listen. So let's keep going on this lineup. Are we gonna do Chilwell at left back?
Yeah, Chilwell left wing back.
Very strong back five we're going for.
I think it'll be. That's how we'll start. We'll try and like perform well to begin with, and then we'll just change all the half time and play like.
I'm just thinking, what the fuck are we putting in the second half?
Well, I think he's right. I think Azpi will start at center back,
and then I think Ampadu will come in the middle. You'll go Sarr on the left and Chalobah
on the right. Unless you're going to put Cole, but Cole wasn't in training today.
Might still be an injury.
Yeah.
Quick question on the left.
Actually, you might have to put Ampadu in the midfield because otherwise we got unless you play like Jorginho or Kovacic the whole 90, because then you've got no.
Well, you've got Gallagher.
He can't sit for
and
shit.
Mount.
Oh Christ!
Yeah. Speaking of Mount, apparently in training they were doing this scenario thing where it was two teams and Mount wore the white bib,
right?
And whatever team had possession, he was dictating with or something.
Oh God!
Yeah, Mount.
Oh my God!
I think Mount scored a goal this summer, and he was playing as a 6. He was not playing as a forward when he scored.
Yeah, for me,
it's not Mount playing as a 6. Like I don't want to see Mount play as a 6. It's not
I think
Gallagher. Can you imagine him and Gallagher together as a 6? Fucking hell!
Wait, no, that's not true.
6. He was playing more as an 8, I think. No, that's a 6.
But
when he scored.
But again, that 6-8 thing is what those. One of them sits, one of them goes forward.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's considered a 6, but it's really more like an 8. So that's why. Look, last year I said Mount could play this position. Now I got slated all year long. He can play this position.
Yeah, I think he's better than Gallagher for sure. I don't want to see Gallagher there anymore.
But
Gallagher would be the sitting 6.
I don't like
in that aspect.
I don't like that for Gallagher.
Well, Tuchel does. I hate to tell you, but Tuchel does see him in that position. And he sees him as actually can play both positions, the sitting one and the one to go forward and break up play. And it's more like the Kovacic-Conte. You know, when Kovacic and Conte play, there's really not a real big sitter from either one of them. And so if you saw a Gallagher and a Mount, it would be more like a Kovacic and Conte pairing.
Yeah, but like a Conte double pivot is also trash.
There's a big difference between Kovacic and both of those, and that's Kovacic is decent in possession and can keep hold of the ball, whereas neither Gallagher or Mount can. That's the biggest issue I have with both of them in the 6 is neither of them can keep the ball well enough. They are both so awful at ball retention. Both of them. Like Mount is better, but still not great. Gallagher is shit. Gallagher, like his ball retention stats from last season are awful. They're straight awful. So if we're playing Gallagher in the midfield, you have to put Ampadu or you have to put like Jorginho or someone next to him. You cannot have.
I want to see Gallagher and Jorginho in a pivot.
Fine, but like Gallagher.
I think it would be a good
Mount together.
Yeah, that's the only person I can think him pairing up with.
Yeah,
I think sure he could play a pivot role, but he needs the right person with him, and I don't think we have that in the squad. Jorginho might be the closest. But
oh, by the way, why is it that because Gallagher runs around a lot, that people compare him with Kante?
Because I think
To be fair,
Tuchel's done that.
I can't lie. He's more comparable with Kante than any other of our midfielders.
Yeah,
I think Tuchel actually made that apparent too.
But not really though.
No,
Again,
he is.
the
Trust
only
me.
comparison is because he runs around.
Like, no, it's not even that.
Runs
Again,
around, he's
a
good
lot
at
of
break up
a lot
play
of
and he's
this, like,
better off.
obviously a lot of this is.
Go on.
I'll say a lot of this is what I'm about to say is on paper and it's statistical based. But if you go and look at like statistical based things, his best attribute last season was his ball winning ability.
Yeah,
a lot of last
when
season
you
he was doing ball winning
when you
ability.
look at that statistical thing with your eye test, he's nothing like Kante.
I'd say he's more like Kante than he is like Kovacic, Jorginho, or Mount. Like Mount maybe, but like
Yeah, it's true.
definitely
Yeah,
more
like,
than Kovacic or
no,
Jorginho.
but like but that's like saying a human is more like a chimpanzee than they are a dog. Like yes, but no. Like,
can we get to the midfield starting?
Yeah, I was waiting for us to pick a midfield.
Well, I think it's going to be George. If we're going to go at
Jorginho,
strongest, it's going to be
Kovacic.
Jorginho and Kovacic, unless Kovacic has picked up a knock again.
Right, so
Fuck is that?
Koba and Jorginho.
And you've got him backwards
Oh,
again.
that's Pele.
I mean, Kovacic is basically like Pele, or Jorginho is basically like Pele.
Yeah, what's the difference? Oh wait, one is a Champions League and the other doesn't hold that. What are we picking for a front three?
This
Sterling is the only guarantee.
Sterling Havertz Mount.
Probably.
Well, if we're going strongest, then we might as well.
Well, for me, this summer, our strongest starting front three would be Sterling, Havertz, and Pulisic. He's been better. He's been probably our best forward this year.
And what, you'd have Mount in the midfield, or will you just have him benched?
Hey, benched or he can play the second half. But Pulisic has been turning and running at players, and Raheem Sterling has been turning and running at players. Other than that, nobody else has been doing that.
Yeah, Pulisic's been really good this preseason. Really good. If anything, could start.
Yeah. Let Mount come on in the second half and be captain.
And he could play in the midfield still. You could see him start in the midfield if Kovacic is not 100%.
Mount?
I don't think Tuchel plays Pulisic.
I don't think Tuchel is going to bench Mount for Pulisic.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think so.
If you're going on merit, the best forward this summer for us has been Christian Pulisic in play.
Okay, you can say that, but our best forward last season was Mount.
Just not last season.
I mean, that's a fair point. It could be Mount, it could be Pulisic, one or the other.
It could be Mount and Pulisic, and Sterling's not going to start again. Or you could put Mount in the middle, or Sterling in the middle, and Havertz doesn't start.
Sterling, for me, has to start just based on that 45 minutes I saw against Charlotte. Like, he's doing things literally no one else in our team is doing.
I don't think Pulisic is that good on the right as well. I think he has to play on the left.
Yeah,
Sterling
on
the
right.
I'm happy
he
with
scored on the right.
Yeah, but that was a lucky deflection.
Oh, that had nothing to do with being in the right place at the right time. I'm sorry. If he's not there, it's not a lucky deflection. So he always makes these runs.
If Batshuayi don't shoot, it don't happen. So
no, if Batshuayi passes, we probably get another chance anyway.
My bad.
Why is it whenever our forwards score, it's lucky? The forwards who don't score and do fuck all, they're amazing and silky like Havertz and Shaw.
I can't tell you that. I know that
player agenda.
That's a question to put it over.
No, the thing is, you can like not score and still be like have a really great game, but it kind of depends. Like you have to watch the game.
Yeah, but Scott, you understand my point though.
I do get your point to like a certain extent. Like, yeah, Pulisic has been really good, and I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him, Sterling, and Havertz because I think then you've got all three. Well, you've got Sterling can occupy a couple of defenders. Same with Pulisic. Same with Havertz. So, like all three of them can occupy like more than one defender and create space for the other three. Whether that actually works out like that is, remains to be seen. But
Lewis, are you gonna stream the game today?
Yeah. We're going to do a watch along around 12:30.
So true. And the reason I like Mount in the midfield so much is because he gives us end product out of the midfield, which we've been desperate to have. I mean,
yes.
for all of
Yes.
Kovacic's beautiful possession play and dribbling, he gives you next to nothing in the final third.
For the past 5 years, we have not seen that goal the Mount scored last game. I mean, the first preseason game, we haven't seen that for our
Holy
midfield.
shit, is that paranoia guy here again?
Yes, it is, Alex. Yes, it is.
I'm trying to be positive today. Alex, I'm trying to be positive today.
You took your Adderall.
Yes.
Also, this idea you need products from your midfield. That's only if you don't get product from your attack.
By the way, when Mount is in the midfield, he makes the wingbacks quicker involved in it.
Yeah.
He makes wingbacks in the game quicker, get in the game quicker.
Yeah, his distribution is better from the midfield. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like.
And I've been on this bandwagon for a year now. That Mount can play in that position, and it's his best position because he can move in the vacated spaces, and that the vacated spaces against us are usually right outside the box. And he is one of the few players that I would bet on shooting and scoring from outside the box.
Yep.
We have very few of those
first
players.
game.
Only time will tell. The only question I have with him there is just his ball retention.
Yep.
But attacking wise, he is a perfect fit there, I think.
Can somebody explain me what's the ball retention, what it then means in English?
As in keeping the ball, not giving it away in stupid areas.
It means retaining the ball.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can come up with statistics on this. Probably so. Got to be someplace.
Most of what I go off on my ball retention, like when I mention it, is like their passing. Because more often midfielders, like that's what you're going to see.
I do think in a midfield three, as 8, Mount will be better than Kovacic.
Jesus Christ, not what you said. Actually, yeah,
What?
Actually, on what you said. On what you said, yeah. I just
I can't hear you. I can't hear a word, bruv. Honestly.
By the way, Mount and Kovacic played 8 under Lampard.
Yeah.
You mean
and Kovacic won player of the season.
Mm-hmm.
That was Mount's first in the Prem.
Yeah, my problem is our midfield is
What?
like they don't have an end product. Like they don't assist
That was Mount's
or
first in the
score.
Prem.
So Mount
I can't even hear you,
there
Pocodoku, man.
gives me hope.
Your internet's bugging out.
Yes, you can.
So ball
Yeah, we can
retention.
hear him. He's fine.
Everybody can hear him but Fatur.
Go ahead, Jester.
Yeah, so he gets a 63 from Smarter Scout in ball retention, does Mount, from last year. His highest ball retention year was in the Premier League, that is, was a 70, which is not bad at all.
What is that?
I'm going to tell you in a minute. Hold on, let me look at Kovacic's ball retention.
So just I would say like Mount ball retention in the forward line is good compared to him being in the midfield. In the midfield, you gotta be disciplined. You gotta play better. But in the forward line, I think he's better than all our forward players in the forward line. But in the midfield, like it's not acceptable. You gotta be way better for a midfielder.
Okay, well he's an 8. He's a box-to-box 8. He has ball retention. I think that's a misnomer. No. Is it as good as Kovacic? No, Kovacic can dribble like better than most people. So Kovacic's ball retention is a 91.
See, yeah. So if you're a midfielder, it gotta be higher. You're gonna be in the 70s.
That's because Kovacic is very, very press resistant, and because he can dribble so well.
Without the end product, though.
But there's no end product from.
Yep. That's where I agree with you.
End products from your midfield if your attackers are going to get that end product. You see it with Liverpool. Their midfield get next to no end product because their attackers get all the goals and even their fullbacks at times.
I thought Naby Keita had a hat trick against Man United.
Who?
Say again?
Naby Keita. Didn't he have a hat trick or at least a brace? I know he had a brace against Man United last year, and he's a midfielder because he moved in the space that was open for him.
So 2 goals again. Like you can have some. Like we can talk about 5 goals here or there. I'm talking like consistent ball, a consistent output. You don't need it from your midfielders if your attackers are getting the output. Our problem is none of our players are getting the output apart from Mount last season.
What about Man City's midfield?
Yeah, Man City's midfield do, but that's De Bruyne, and most of that is assists. That is
Actually, he's the top scorer last season.
Bernardo Silva, who was an attacker anyway and moved back into midfield, and then that's about it. Like, who else in their midfield gets?
Actually, De Bruyne was the top scorer last season for them in the Premier League. He scored like 14 or 15, something like that. He was a top scorer.
Still, it's De Bruyne.
Wait,
so you got De Bruyne.
Hold on,
and you've got...
everyone in Man City's team gets goals.
Yeah, I know. Their goals get spread out. I know. I agree with that.
Yeah, that's why they're a slightly different case. We can't really compare ourselves to them. We don't have a perfectly built unit yet.
Okay, we have no unit.
I'd rather from our midfield. I'd rather get from our midfield ball retention and smart play rather than end product, because as we saw with Bruno Fernandes, he had all of the end product because the penalties as well, but his ball retention is shit, his footballing IQ is dog shit, and it turned out that once the goals and assists dried up as it did last season, he was fucking shit.
Okay,
why can't we have both? Why can't we have ball retention and scoring from the midfield?
That's not the
because our options are Mount, who has got end product and not good ball retention, or average ball retention, or Kovacic, who's got great ball retention, or no end product. So that's the pool. Our pool of apples that we are dealing with. Our cart of apples is impure. We don't have a perfect, got end product, got everything. We don't have that. So we're dealing with either end product or ball retention. That's just what we've got at the minute. So I'd rather the ball retention, because we're not giving up the ball in stupid areas to have counterattacks constantly hit on us.
I'd like to see our team with attackers who are actually contributing, and if that's not enough, then we can look at the midfielder and say, "What are you guys doing?" But we don't even have that yet. So I'm not
fix the people that are meant to have the output rather than focusing on areas where you want output as like a cherry on top of the cake. Fix the people that are scoring 13 goals across a league season in a system that suits them, despite the fact they're meant to be silky. Focus on the people that are scoring 9 league goals across a season, which is their best ever goal scoring season. Focus on the people that are, doing fuck all across a league season first in the front line. Then focus on the midfield and getting more.
We don't even have ingredients for a cake, and yet people want cherries on it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's a good saying. Honest Barca fan says Adama Traore backup right wing back for £30 million. Yes. I mean, I've already said it'd be very good in terms of take-ons. My question would just be more based on the end product. But his end product would be a cheap, affordable move for us.
This thing about Adama Traore and depth is a bit of a myth. He's had good depth in the past. He had great depth. He had great output and like productivity when he was playing with Raul Jimenez, when Raul Jimenez was having a great season. As soon as Jimenez came out of the team, then it dried up for him a bit. And then when he started coming out of the team, then it dried up. As soon as he went to Barca again, he started scoring and assisting.
He did, but I think that was only for a short phase, and then he phased off again.
A little bit, but my point is this idea that his output is terrible. It's not world class, but it's good enough.
Would you guys take James Tavernier from Rangers?
Potentially, yes, as well.
Tavernier?
Do you know how old this guy is?
31,
he is on the older side. It kind of depends on what fee, but I know in terms of going forward, he's very good. It kind of depends on the fee.
He's going to be 31 this year, and I doubt he's going to want to come in and be backup.
First, what Yusuf Attal?
But I think he was good in the Europa League, though. I watched him.
Yeah, I love Yusuf Attal. We were linked with him like 2-3 years, not 2 years ago, about 3-4 years ago now.
He's done. He's dead baller. So
I wish we'd go for Saint Maximin. If he had, does anyone know if he has good work rate off the ball?
From what I can tell from listening to a few Newcastle fans, no. And if you want to talk about end product, that's a legitimate criticism of Saint Maximin. Everything else, in terms of going forward, dribbling, beating players off the dribble, occupying space, causing chaos that creates space for attackers. Brilliant. But a legitimate criticism is output and work rate off the ball.
Newcastle fans are sick of him. I don't.
Do you mean Burnley?
They're forward out
they're
there.
sick of him. I don't know if they're in a position to be sick of a player like that.
Says Tavernier just signed a new deal at Rangers till 2020.
2002.
Well, look, if we get Kounde, the right wing back situation is solved. You don't have to worry about it.
Actually, there are reports that when or if we get Kounde, the first few games he'll be playing right wing back and James will be playing center.
2026.
He probably not played the
27.
first few games because
Oh,
he's still
27.
recovering.
Okay. Brandon, we're about to wrap up, but next stream.
Oh, we've been going for 2 hours now, or you've been going for 2 hours? No,
Yeah, we're going for 2
hour and a half.
hours.
Damn.
Long ass fly down. I'm absolutely hanging.
I really
Take a
hope.
nap, bro.
Yeah,
I hope
need one.
that.
Hey,
that
fuck sleeping, man.
Prime,
Yeah.
was that you said about the playing in the right wing?
What about Kounde?
Yeah, I really hope that's not true. I really hope that's not true.
I don't know.
Has he ever played in a wing back or slightly?
He has for like
right back.
he has for 3 or 4 games for France, and it was very mixed in terms of the
At
results.
wing back or right
performances? No, wing
Right
back.
back.
They play at 3.
Was that
They
at the
play.
Euro?
No, it wasn't. It was in. I think it was in.
He
what's
did
it
play in
called?
Europe at right back.
It
Yeah, I
was also. It was in the. What the fuck's the new thing called? Nations League.
Okay.
But yeah, it was very mixed for as far as I could work out. It was some good games, some very poor games.
I can absolutely see him at right back, but right wing back.
Exactly. Why don't we sign a wing back to play a wing back role?
I'm glad. Thank you. I'm glad someone else sees sense.
No. I mean,
centre back to then play him right wing.
Exactly.
A wing back.
Shoehorning. Crazy.
No. Jules Kounde is much more than just a center back. I know that's a position he plays, but he has the ability to play right back, right wing back.
I think it's the same
he
thing.
He is phenomenal talent.
Yeah, it's the same thing we do with
Okay, based on what though? Like what attributes has he got to play in those positions?
Speed, ball retention, passing.
So can he beat? So can he beat in attacking areas? How is he as a wing back?
In attacking, I've seen him chip a goalie at full sprint.
He's a good ball carrier as well.
Some talent.
Yeah, that's why it makes sense as a right center back and right back as a ball carrier. But an out and out wing back that pretty much is an attacker in our system. Does he have the deliveries in the box? Does he have the decision making and attacking?
Does he have the ability to beat men off the dribble? Is another thing that we lack considerably in those areas.
He can do that. He's probably one of the fastest. He would probably be one of the fastest players on our team. He is that fast.
Fly to Spain and go and get him.
If it's Kounde as a third, fourth choice where our squad is depleted, then fine, maybe. But I don't want to do the same thing we did last season, where it's like saying things like, "Oh well, Cho can just play right wing back. Oh well, we can just put Ruben in there. Oh, we can just put Malang Sarr at left back."
There we go. Exactly.
And then we see our team actually being depleted. Like again, I don't mind if Kounde has to play in there for a cup game against
a couple games,
but like not when he's the direct backup to us.
Exactly.
He shouldn't be the starter at right centre back and then the backup right wing back.
Yeah, he should be like a third choice right wing back or fourth.
Yeah, exactly. Third, maybe fourth choice right wing back if need be. Like just go and get a wing back as depth, even if it's a wing back that can play both sides. Like it is what it is. But like this, I'm getting genuinely sick of this idea of because a player's quote unquote versatile, just stick him in any position as long as they can maybe play there. You don't see like City basically not done that with like hardly any player apart from Zinchenko, who's just left. Have they done that with like any other player where they've gone drastic change in where they used to play to where they currently play?
They did it with Hobby and Delph, but they won 2 Premier League titles with them. So
there we go.
I'll tell you. Who's to say we don't go to a back four when sometimes, and that's right up Kounde's alley playing right back.
Oh, I think it's perfect for him to play right back, right center back. But is he going to do that playing from a right wing back position? Again, Jester, I don't think we're going to start. If he's going to be starting in a right back position, where's Reece James playing? You see what I'm saying? If it's going to be a starting right back from the
I don't think he's going to start. I think he gives you depth in that position.
Okay.
Oh yeah, depth. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, never mind.
I don't think he starts. I think James will start at right wing back. Kounde will start at right center back. But Reece James ain't playing 70 games a season at right wing back. You're gonna have to rotate that position. So Kounde at least gives you an option in that position.
Yeah.
Whether that's Tuchel's decision or not, I don't know. But he at least gives you an option as he can do the job if you ask him to do it. And I would hazard to guess he'd say he's better than Pulisic and Cho at right wing back because he can actually play defense.
I'm Ruben.
Whatever. Everybody who's not a right wing back, I would think Kounde's better than.
He's also not a right wing back.
Right. Everybody but he still can play it better because he's got the pace, he's got the defensive nous to play that position.
Like I said earlier, the limited, and it's limited times we've seen him there. For a couple games, he's been really good, and for a couple games, he's been really shit.
Okay, so according to Scott, we're going to finish 8th. I'll just take the season off.
He didn't say that.
I mean, it's just negativity's got to go.
I'm surprised. Hang on. I want to clarify. So I'm negative for asking for an actual wing back to play wing back. Sorry, that's I'm negative for asking that, am I? Rather than shoehorning a player in for the sake of shoehorning a player in. Should we just play? Because no, I've got a question, Jester. Because he used to play there as a youth player. Should we play Reece James as a striker then? Start him as striker all the time. Have him as depth there.
Huh? If you want to go to the extremes of absurdity to make a point, then go ahead.
Reece James up front might be better than what we have.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's actually sad.
Shoehorning, that is in.
Yeah,
and again, if I'm negative,
can't play striker.
If I'm negative for wanting an actual wing back, if I'm negative for wanting just an actual wing back as wing back depth, then yeah, fucking hell, I'm the most negative guy on earth.
But we're not going to get a wing back as of right now. So yeah, if that means what are we going to do? Oh, the sky is falling. I think that the team has thought this out a little bit further than maybe we have.
Think we should promote one of Harveyville or Murray Hutchinson.
Oh, go away! Get him out! Get him the fuck out of here!
Oh my!
He just wants to see more kids in the team.
Hold on. Okie dokie. You do know if we promote Murray Hutchinson, then Cho's career at Chelsea is finished. You know that, yeah?
Well, not necessarily, because Amari Hutchinson only plays on the right.
Being like Gaines already.
Oh wow!
And Cho can only play on the right, and not even that well.
I mean, Cho can play on the left too, but
he can't.
Hey, you guys know a wing back I'm surprised we've never gone for is Joachim Mela. He can play at either side, left wing back or right wing back, and he's perfect in that position. He's very attacking minded.
How about that American player? That's Deadwood.
Mela.
No. Jester, do you know that American right back in Barca? Yes. Why don't we get him? They want to get rid of him for a backup.
Because he can only play wing back.
Yes,
he cannot play right back.
That's what we need, Jester. Left and right.
But if we're gonna eventually
3 years
go to a
left
back
on his
four,
contract.
if we're gonna go to a back four, if we go to a back four, where do you play him?
I would be surprised if Tuchel signs 3 center backs and plays back 4. I would have a problem with that. If he signs 3 center backs,
eventually we will go to a back 4.
Just means we have better depth in a back 4.
And it could be next year, but that means when Thiago Silva is no longer in that rotation, so it becomes much more clear than just saying, well, we have too many center backs.
But I think we can do it Dest as a backup because Barca don't want him right now. I think he's going to be cheap too, and he's young, and he can play both left and right. And that's what we need.
Hold on. So because we need a wing back, we should just randomly get one. See, that's the sort of poor logic our previous board was doing for the past few seasons. Oh, we just need a striker, and we didn't get Holland. Let's get Lukaku. Oh, we need a midfielder. Let's get a Bakayoko. Let's get a Saul.
I think that's gonna do a job.
We get the right player.
Would you guys take the Fulham starting left back?
Okay, well,
you're talking about Anthony Robinson.
Yeah.
Not everyone else thinks that.
He's actually good.
Anthony Robinson is a better left back than he is a left wing back.
He can go
I remember we were linked with him like a year ago. That name's
no,
very
he
familiar.
can. He is better at a left back than a left wing back.
First.
And again, you're also bringing in players that can only he can play dual position. He can play left wing back, but you're gonna have to pay a buttload of money to get him out of Fulham now because they're up in, they're not gonna want to let players go.
Yeah.
And there's a method to their madness, and I truly believe that the people who are running the club know what the hell they're doing, and we're just a bunch of wafflers out here trying to
figure
project
it all
that
out.
we know what we're doing.
Exactly.
We're not professional. We're not professional footballing managers. Anything else on it. So if Tuchel is not jumping up and thanks for clearing that up. You got it.
Jesters, don't you dare disrespect the consortium that is Chelsea Football Twitter. Don't you dare do that.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some real ones on there.
CBA. All right, we've been going.
If Tuchel is not running around with his hair on fire about I need wingback depth, which apparently he's not, then we shouldn't be going around with hair on fire going, we need wingback depth. That's us saying that as uneducated fans.
Okay, just I'll give you a start. Like last season, our two backup wing backs played 45 games each. Aspi plays 45 games, and Alonso plays 45 games last season. That's 75% of our games. That's not good enough.
I don't disagree with you. So you go to a back four and you put Kounde and Guardiola at left and right back, and you go from there. What about Colwell?
Can you repeat that stat again? Sorry.
You shut up about that.
I said, like, our backup wing backs played 45 games each, and that's not good enough. Aspi and Alonso played 45. That's 75% of the games.
Aspi and Alonso and Cho and Pulisic. And
Do you think that Reece James and Chilwell will be out will get big injuries like they did last season and be out for as long as they were?
Did you predict that last season?
What?
Did you predict that Reece James and Chilwell?
I'm asking you. No, don't repeat. Don't.
Okay. I don't know. It's a given. There's going to be injuries. It's a given. I don't know.
No, but there's injuries and then there's major fluke injuries. So answer my question.
Do I think? I don't know. I don't know if I can predict that. Just don't know. I just know it will happen, but I don't know how long.
Oh, you know it's going to happen?
I know it's going to happen. Yeah, there's going to be injuries. Believe it or not.
To both.
Oh, look at this.
For a long
Here's
time,
a report.
Like this season.
Since y'all like Gerard Romero so much, Barcelona have contacted Pau Torres' camp in the last hours.
Oh, thank God.
Oh shit! Yeah, I remember we.
As an alternative if Kounde falls through.
Yeah, let him
sure
go
it
for
is.
Pau Torres,
Sure it is.
I mean, Pau Torres. How much would he go for?
He's horrible. He's about 45 million pounds.
About the same price tag then.
He's needy.
Or 45 million euro. I don't know which anymore.
Let him go to Barca. He's a perfect Barca player.
Pau Torres,
yeah.
Martinez, they're like backups to Kounde that falls through. But they're not far off price-wise, so that's why I believe they went back in for Kounde initially, but maybe it's too late.
Right. Well, guys, we have been going for about 2+ hours, and I need a big lie down. So, big up everyone that's been locked in. We've had 900 to a K of you in here for the majority of the stream. Everyone who's still here, big up. We appreciate you guys a lot. We will be back tomorrow. Not too sure about the time, but we'll figure it out. Also, check out the watch along on Chelsea Fan TV at should be 12:30. Yeah. So I'm gonna have a lie down, maybe have a nap before then. And hopefully we smash Arsenal. And we'll be back for the review here tomorrow. Big up everyone. Like and subscribe. And as always,